Deegan, Beast Moto Lab, and anyone else that I forgot.
There it is, Christopher Harris. And now, your champion, 7'9", the number 58 Cobra. Let's hear it for Darren Pine. And he did what he had to do in the final moto. Darren, what's the pressure like coming into a third moto, man? What were you thinking about?
Man, I was kind of nervous, but, you know, I got off the gate pretty good. I got like second or something out of the gate. And, you know, I just tried to ride my race, have some fun, and keep it on two wheels.
All right, what's it feel like now?
It's exciting.
All right, buddy, who do you want to thank?
My mom and dad, 100%, Beast Moto Lab, Cobra, Dunlop, Shift. Yeah, and that's everybody.
All right, he is your national champ. I want to bring to the stage Richard White from the American Motorcycle Association to hand over the #1 plate, the national championship in 65-79, Darren Pine. Congratulations. I'll send it back up to the tower. We got some 50cc racing coming up. It's a whole new world. Podium selfies for the gram with dad and a #1 plate. That's awesome.
All right, little track maintenance going on right now. Some tractors running around, getting these little 50cc riders ready to go. It's good times. 50cc 4 to 6 riders out on the racetrack ready to go. Rob Beams from Complete Racing Solutions, Moto E. Many different names you have there for different businesses you have going on. Rob, you've had a chance to kind of watch this race develop and some of the athletes that are dealing with, you know, whatever it may be. It's not necessarily heat this year.
No, not at all. I mean, if anybody's been around this race for any extended period of time, I think we have absolutely seen the best week ever. You know, between the relatively low temperatures. I know right now someone sitting in the sun may think we're kind of crazy, but, you know.
All things considered, it's been 100 degrees here before.
Absolutely.
1,000,000% humidity.
To be sitting in the shade and literally dripping wet, miserable.
It's awful.
It's awful. And so, you know, it's changed the racing dynamics quite a bit, because instead of that being another variable that's got to be factored in over 5 days, I mean, here we sit. Most everybody's feeling pretty good considering the heat and humidity.
Yeah, and the last 2 laps are typically where you see the guys that have really put in the work, and we still are seeing that. But when the heat is, when you have not trained properly and hydrated properly leading up to and in the event, that's when those last 2 laps really come into play and what you've done throughout the year. So that's kind of out of the equation, but still, fastest guy, the most fit guy, the strongest, best guy will win the race regardless.
Yeah, and you know, you just said something I think is pretty cool, is when you look at who's going to win this week. I mean, obviously we're sitting here on the backside of some of the championships. You know, it ends up being the person that makes the least amount of mistakes. And I know that sounds kind of like a dumb statement now that we're at the end of the week, because we've seen it materialize, but you know, what we always say with our athletes is the person that's going to end up on top of that podium is going to be him or her that minimizes mistakes, minimizes damages. you know, as Ricky always says, you know, your championships are won on your bad days. Well, it's different when you've got a 7 or 8, 9, 10, 12 race series. You're talking 5 consecutive days. You got to, you know, put up or shut up kind of a thing.
Yeah, and when you say mistakes typically come when fitness is in question. So you could, on a perfect lap, you don't use that much energy, but when you start making mistakes, you're using up energy, and you're making those mistakes because maybe you didn't train properly leading up to the event. Like, I'm good for a lap. Pretty much we all are, right?
Yep.
Then I get into mistake city when the arms start pumping up and my fitness comes into question, which is about 3 minutes into my ride.
Yeah, exactly. And if, not to get into a bunch of numbers games and bore anybody who's listening, but
don't do that.
No, but when you look at somebody that comes off the track, and we've done some data dumps, we're looking at 550, 600 calories burnt in a 20-minute moto. And it doesn't seem like any big deal, but you put yourself in the hole that many calories over 5 consecutive days. Now you see somebody that's running top 3. That's exactly the key word. That residual hole that you dig yourself into. And that's where a lot of the disappointments come in, whether, as you just articulated, whether it's hydration levels, consistent calories, even sleep. You know, you get by the end of the week and everyone's just a mental mess, if you will. It's just that residual that adds up from Monday through Saturday.
And that's where you come into play. A company like you, Moto E Complete Racing Solutions, you can give these guys a program that sets them up throughout the week based on their age, their skill level, the whole program, man. It's a pretty in-depth program that you have going on. You've been at it for quite some time.
Yeah, I don't want to show my age, but this will be our 33rd year doing this. And
God, you're old.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I hate to even use that number because
you've been around though.
Well, and I appreciate that. I mean, that's one thing that we're very fortunate for. We have been around a long time, and you know, this year we're sitting with 257 amateur national titles. So it's something that we're very proud of. Not something that's easy to do. But, you know, the idea here is the athletes, the parents, the sponsors, they all want the same thing. Everybody wants to win, but there's so many moving parts to the human being. And I know that's, again, sounds like an awkward comment, but I think a lot of times it gets overlooked when we think, oh, well, we're in the gym, so we're strong. Well, you're strong, but you're dehydrated. That doesn't work. And
you're tired because you didn't get rest.
There you go. And so you could take all the different various parts, everything from strength training to endurance. You know, in our world, we would call that, you know, your ability to have some great opening lap speed and avoid that dreaded late race fatigue. Avoid that dreaded arm pump by having good core strength and being able to ride the bike more centered. Having stabilized blood sugar levels so that you hit all your marks, like you said at the onset. You know, a smooth lap is a more efficient lap from both a calorie economy standpoint. It's going to obviously result in more consistent lap times. And that's what we always want, you know, the listeners to understand is when you look at that body, you've always got to try to draw its correlation back to the motorcycle. You want consistent lap times, have stabilized blood sugar. You know, if you want to hit your marks, you know, make sure you're in that correct position.
How do we get people in touch with you? Because I know we got to get back to the racing here. I know you are located in Florida, but that doesn't mean you can't help a kid like, let's say, all the way in California, which I know for a fact you do.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, anybody can reach out to us at CompleteRacingSolutions.com. We always start with doing a phone consult, try to figure out what people are trying to do. You know, like you say, whether it's make it here, whether it's to qualify for any other races. And then we just reverse engineer a program, you know, figure out where the physical and mental limiters are, and then we start building a program specific to where the rider's at, and then we build essentially a blueprint to get them where they want to be. So, you know, it's great to be here back at the ranch, and you know, just seeing this level of racing with this many riders, and to see the health of the sport, it's great to be here.
Well, we're stoked you stopped by, and I know if anybody wants to get in touch with you, they can reach out to you via your email, your website, and those are?
Yeah, you can reach us at CompleteRacingSolutions.com is the website. Email is very easy. It's just contact@CoachRob.com. Just remember there's 2 B's. And absolutely happy to help in any way. So.
Awesome. Yeah, and all you vet guys that you come here and you spend all this money on your bike, your gear, and everything else, and you just miss the mark on your body itself. Well, you got time coming up next year anyway. If you know, all right, I'm not coming here not prepared next year. Well, next year starts when you're on that drive home, and it could with Coach Rob, and he can get you on a program that will have you at your peak at the 1st of August come 2021.
Well, it's like right here at 4:30, we have Logan Best coming up, and what people don't realize is he's been on a 3-year plan to get here. So it's kind of cool, you know, not to name drop, but that's to see him riding the way he's doing this week and realizing where he's been over the last 3 years as an example. And, you know, we're very fortunate. We have a lot of riders here, and, you know, at the end of the week, there's a lot of experiences, and there's a lot of lessons that have been learned, and hopefully they'll all build on those.
Awesome. Well, Coach Rob, you've been at it for 33 years. We're going to get back to the racing. I know if you want to reach out to them one more time, those.
Yep, you can hit us up at CompleteRacingSolutions.com, and all of our contact information is there, and happy to help any ways, man.
Awesome, man.
Pleasure.
Coach Rob's the best. If you got an injury, and I always go back to this, I was getting ready to take my firefighter entrance exam, the physical agility, and I had some serious sciatic issues. I was like, could not move. This guy got me moving in 2 days, passed it, got the job, been there for 10 years. And that's just one of the random things. Like if you're a runner, if you're a cyclist, firefighter, all kind of weird stuff. You're into that kind of, whatever, fitness, injuries, you can fix them.
Yeah, we're happy to help in any way. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Coach Rob, well done, sir. We're going to get back to the action here. The 51 4-6 limited class. Jaden Smart with the big number 2 has 2-1 moto scores. Well, guess what? Cade Nightingale has 1-2 moto scores. That's a tie. Cade Nightingale, Jaden Smart, we've seen them slug it out earlier in the day. They are tied up in this 51 4-6 class. Jeter Ramirez has 5-3 scores. Good enough for 8 points. I believe that's who we got here. Yeah, I believe that's the correct classes. We are good. So Jaden Smart, Nightingale tied up. Jeter Ramirez, 5-3 scores for 8th overall. And we are just about ready to go racing. 2-minute board is up. One rider having some issues. They are frantically trying to get that machine rolling. You hate to see that, man. The third and final moto, a mechanical take a young man out of the race. So they've got 2 minutes. So those kids have to kind of push back the intensity for another minute or two. Alan Scott with 3-6 moto scores. That's 9 points. Finds himself in 4th. Gavin Wellsden, 6-5 moto scores, 11 points. He is tied for 4th with Jace Dill, who has 4-7, and that's good enough for 11 points. So as we continue to wait on that 2-minute hold, that one rider you see next to the 32 and the 27, Mom's got her hand up. Folks trying to check into his bike. All the dads jumping on board here. That's what makes this class kind of unique. They'll jump in there and try to give you a hand. Jason Weigott, look at that. Look at that. 3 dads up there trying to help this young man get on the gate. That's competition. You're still willing to help a fellow rider. That's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I was talking to Michael Antonovich at Swap Moto Live, long time of Transworld Motocross, now called Swap Moto Live. First time he's ever come here.
No kidding.
Yeah, never came. He's like, dude,
he's been here.
Me too. I saw him on, I think Wednesday. He's like, first time ever. I'm like, what? Anyway, so you can see and observe a lot from home as he had, but now that he's shooting photos, he's going down to that starting line every time, and that's exactly the story he was saying, especially in the 50s. Some of the most intense dads, but also some of the most helpful. Several situations. He said there was a moto, I think, yesterday where they were changing a chain in the line, and like 2 other dads were helping. So it was 3 dads all together, so that's all good stuff.
This is about to come together. It's just like Jeff Stanton.
What are they doing
Gatorback. I'm not sure. There's 3 or 4
the bike.
there
it is.
The bike makes it.
Usually they grab the whole shot when this happens.
That's it. I was about to say, Jeff Stanton did that at Gatorback. I watched him. I was behind the gate. You could see him going crazy. He went down the hill backwards, fired it up. He comes roaring out of the finish line, jumping Gatorback onto the starting gate, and just in time for the gate to drop. And he goes,
or did he just hit it as like
no? He might have had a
huge crash out of the gate. I'm not even sure how that's possible. It was almost too early to even bang bars. Oh, boy, hope he's okay. I think he escaped without getting hit by the bike. Yeah. Hopefully he's all right. I'll keep an eye out on the start stretch. Yeah, already back underway. That kid is already back on the racetrack. You'll see him in the back. There he is.
That's the man right there, the number 60.
Complete total endo.
The number 60 gets down right out of the gate, and that is Connor Cook, 22-31 scores.
Here is the replay.
Here's the replay.
Watch this.
Oh, Endo digs in. He catches the bar with the other kid.
He did bang bars. And he's already back in the race. He must have been down for 12 total seconds after that huge crash. So everybody okay.
And do you see who he banged bars with? The number 2.
Oh, my gosh.
That was Jaden Smart. His championship just about went away. The number 2 is who? And there's the number 40. They are tied. Number 2, number 40 tied in points. 1-3 or 1-2-2-1.
Dude, I'm calling it right now. We might have the youngest ever rivalry at Loretta's. Nightingale and Smart.
Cannot get away from each other.
In this class and in the SXE mini class, battling for every moto win. There's a rider down in that section. There's 21 of Jason Anderson. The Rockstar Husqvarna. No, not Jason Anderson. Sorry. They are battling in every moto. That was Oliver
gotten the better of that class. Who was it that won the? Was it?
It was actually Nightingale that won the title there.
All right. So Jaden Smart would love to flip the script here.
Yep. And is that the number 2?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay. I honestly could not tell if it's a 2 or a 7. Oh, yes, they are 1-2. All on the line.
Everything goes right here. Winner take all. Jaden
Smart and Nightingale.
That's a Moto X compound Matt Walker hand-molded rider all the way from California. They said, we're going to call Georgia home for a few months.
Jeez,
we're going to figure this game out.
Jeez, oh man. Cade Nightingale right behind him. And this is it. Whoever wins the moto wins the title. These kids definitely know it. Oh, good job by Nightingale getting into those ruts a little bit quicker than Smart, closing the gap. This is going to be fun to watch.
Up and over that step up. Now we can pick them up with our own 2 eyes right in front of us here and watch how those bikes bounce and G out of those holes.
Oh, you pick them up with your own 2 eyes. That's amazing.
It is legal. We are officials. There's the 40. We're going to watch him go. Cade Nightingale with the hole shot, but man.
Yeah.
Jaden Smart got around him quick.
I've never seen a racetrack that works like this where the start, getting the hole shot, you often do not emerge from those S-turns with the lead.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's just the way those twist and turn. You have multiple lines off the start because those are like chicanes, but not the terrible chicanes you get in like road racing where you cannot pass at all.
Well, I'll say this. You'll see guys come out of the mechanics area side by side, and they will still be side by side when they hit the 10 commandments. And when you hit the 180, that's when it finally sorts itself out.
And we've been saying it all week. We would love for the track to race like this next weekend when Lucas Oil Pro Motocross comes here. Now, we've talked to some of the experts, Ricky Carmichael, Kevin Windham, saying that probably won't be the case. The pros are all going to pick the one line they know is fastest, and some of the raceability will go away, but we can dream.
Yeah, and here's why, though. We've talked about why this track race is so good for this event and maybe not for the pro motocross, is because we have 50s laying in lines. We'll have a C-class come in after we prep the track.
Yeah.
We'll have a pro class. So it's a big mix, and that's why there are certain lines that work for certain bikes, certain races.
Yeah.
But the pros will come in. They're going to break this thing down, use their segment technology, and they'll put it together, go inside here, outside there, double this, triple that, and everybody's going to do the same thing.
Still going to be so curious to get them out here. Here it is, the battle on your screen. Jaden Smart with the lead. If he wins the moto, he's the champ. Nightingale second. If he wins the moto, he's the champ. And the 81 of Levi Rains lurking back there in third.
What a great way to finish your week off, 11, 4, and 3. I love when your thing tapers off in the right direction.
Yep.
You can go home with a smile on your face with a little bit of a good taste in your mouth.
And Alan Scott with the oldest name of the 4 to 6 class. Alan Scott with the oldest sounding name of anyone in the 4 to 6 class.
A great family name.
Just a lot of long line of Allens.
Yeah.
Alan Scott
Back in the day.
Then Jeter Ramirez 5th, Hunter Aiken 6th.
Oh, look at that. That's my local dude, Hunter Aiken.
All right.
His mom works for my wife. Yeah, she's a dispatcher.
That is an unbelievable coincidence.
Yeah, no, I knew about it. They'd said, he races dirt bikes. I'm like, everybody races dirt bikes. No, he's got a sponsor. Oh, okay, everybody.
Yeah, everybody has a sponsor.
Hey, you went to Loretta's last year. I'm like, okay, he's good. He's going back again.
And here he is, 6th place.
How about that?
This is no joke.
That's it.
Yep. Way off that back fender. Nightingale trying everything he can, just as Megawatt would say, hanging on that throttle cable, doing everything he can to track down Jaden Smart. I'll give you the rest of the top 10. We mentioned Jeter Ramirez 5th and Hunter Aiken 6th. You've got Mika Nix 8th, Owen Solomon 9th, Chase Dill, who had a whole shot earlier in the week. He is 10th. Benson Levin 11th, Ryder Morgan 12th, Oliver Abreu 13th, Lana McNeil 14th, Chance Litchfield 15th, and that all brought to you by MX versus ATV. All out, and they do have the track pack. You can race the Loretta Lynn's track on the MX versus ATV game. But I don't want to say that too loud, because these 4 to 6-year-old riders are likely to pull over, park the motorcycle, go back to the motorhome, and try that for themselves. You know they love those video games at this age. Stay out of there, kids. Focus on the racetrack, because you've got 9 minutes and 49 seconds, and then you can go hit the video game.
So tell me this, do you think not having a phone has made it harder to control their kids, more focused, or vice versa? Not having a phone, they can play little games that they have pre-programmed.
Yeah,
you're not watching YouTube.
Yep.
Not playing or TikToking or YouTubing or whatever. Maybe at this age doesn't matter. They're not really on their phones as much.
What I have found out from my own personal experience, I know the world says that all kids do is talk on their phones, or sorry, play on their phones, definitely not talk on their phones. And they don't play outside, and they're not social and all that. I found that given the chance, they just hang out with other kids, Just like they always did. So you get in a situation like we are here at the ranch, probably got some buddies. Obviously, it's going to change a little bit this year with the social distancing, but kids still like to play with kids in person if it's possible.
Yes, especially at this age. But my son is 15.
Oh,
and he will
that
go
might be a
into a
different
room. He will go into a room and watch videos and whatever. For like, they'll go down crazy rabbit holes. My 20-year-old son, he goes, man, I just watch YouTube for 3 hours. I'm like, what? But I guess it's no different than me watching sports for 3 hours. It's just a different thing that you're staring at.
Or more so, if you had that option at 20.
I have done it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you said I could watch every old Supercross ever at my fingertips, carried in my pocket, and just watch wherever you want, I would have been all over it.
2 laps in, Jaden Smart, he has got control of this thing. 3 seconds. He is out front of Cade Nightingale. There he is, Jaden Smart. You know what? You're right. This is going to be a great rivalry for years to come. We may be calling these guys, and here he is, Cade Nightingale.
Yeah, that's right.
The West Coast champion.
Remember seeing this back in 2020.
Tishner and Turpin, TNT, your 1987 East Coast champion.
So this is a 4 to 6 class. So these guys, we could conceive
10
as
years, 16-year-olds, East Coast
16-year-olds.
2030.
Smart got swapped and took the feet off to try to save it. It got crazy. That's the opening Nightingale needs. I think he saw that. Now he's fired up.
He's right there.
Yep.
That 3-second deficit is no longer. He is right on top of that young man. Socially distanced, of course, with the mask.
Yeah, the helmet counts as a mask, so they can get as close to the racetrack as they want. You know, they're breathing hard for sure.
They have checked out Levi Raines in 3rd, Alan Scott, Jeter Ramirez, Hunter Aiken 6th, Liam Aslan is 7th, Oliver Abreu, Dill, and Nix round out your top 10. This is 3 laps in the books. About halfway home. We got 7 more minutes to go. It's not going anywhere.
Oh, this is good stuff, watching these two slug it out.
So again, to set the table for you, they are tied in points. The 2 young men you see right here, the 2 and the 40 of Smart and Nightingale. Tied in points, winner takes all here. That's how we break the tie. 3-moto format here at Loretta Lynn's over the tunnel of ooh.
Is that where we're at this age?
Yes,
yeah,
tunnel of love for the plus 25 guys. Tunnel of, and we'll see how it goes for the schoolboy class. The tunnel of, I don't even think so. They're gross for this class.
Yeah, the tunnel of, I know you're stupid.
Whatever, punch me in the arm.
I hate you. No, I hate you.
Nightingale. Look at that, man. All these spectators over there at the big Monster Energy viewing deck. Nightingale has to focus. He knows there's some cute little girls over there that have been following him all weekend long. If he wins this championship, man, his whole life could change.
That is kind of how it works here at Loretta's, no doubt. You become a marked man. Marking him right now is Nightingale. I saw Smart. He was leading most of the Mini E second moto, and he knew how important that was. That was the difference between going in on 2-1 and controlling his own destiny, and it slipped away from him there at the end.
Smart has dug deep, though.
Yeah.
Remember, they were very close.
Look at the little whip scrub action he's got there as he single through here. Oh, wait a minute, Nightingale.
He just smoked that section.
Yes.
Another
rider.
Double.
Where did this
come out of nowhere?
Where did he come from?
Out of the pits.
That was nuts.
He had to go in for a tire change.
It's like we superimposed him on the screen. Yes, it looked like he's coming out of pit lane, getting back on the track. As you watch these kids through the 10 Commandments.
So that is where Nightingale does all his work right there. Holy cow, I thought that was him making the pass. A little too soon.
That was 7th and 8th, Hunter Aiken and Oliver Abreu. Abreu stalled, or at least got stopped in the corner after the 10 Commandments on lap 1, and he's climbed all the way back to 8th.
Wow, great job.
Done a good charge right now. So that's the battle we just saw. A couple other riders coming across here.
That's the 29 up.
29 Ryder Morgan, that was 12th place. Back to our leader, Jaden Smart. Anyway, what I was saying is I saw how bummed Smart was after the second Mini E moto slipped away from him, and he would like nothing more than to come back here in the 4 to 6. Yes, he was smarting after that. Would love nothing more than to come back and get this championship.
Looks like 2 more laps, maybe. These they're about at the 2:30. Yeah, 2 more laps. Wow, Nightingale almost endoed it. Looked like 5 more minutes left on the race clock. And going to go into that prevent defense as we try to just run the clock out, right? Isn't that what you want to do? Just kind of use that clock up, run the ball, get that first down.
Yeah, if you're Jaden Smart, you don't want to give Nightingale that shot. You don't want him to get the ball and have the chance for that last minute, 96-yard touchdown drive. You do not want to give him the ball in the fourth quarter.
Been a part of that 28-3 scenario with the Atlanta Falcons and the Patriots back in the day.
Prevent yourself from winning defense.
Yeah, Dan Quinn figured that out. There's the number 2, bouncing across the start straight away, looks over at Davey Coombs, little salute to him.
Wow.
Pretty nice of him. Looks over at that wall and wonders if he'll ever make it on that wall of fame right there. Nightingale not concerned with that. He's got work to do trying to reel him in. This is a winner-take-all affair. If Smart or Nightingale, either one of them wins, they get the championship. 1.9 seconds, Jason Wygant separates the two.
Hammer down through the whole shot forest under that big Thor banner.
Watch those 10 commandments where the leaders are going to be coming into in just a moment. That is where Nightingale doubles through the entire 10-pack. 5 jumps, whereas I think Smart kind of rolls through the majority of them, maybe hits a double coming out. That's dangerous.
Feet off the pegs for Smart, and some lap traffic stopped in the middle of the track trying to get back on the bike. This is getting tense for Smart now.
He's going inside, not going to be able to do those doubles for sure. Nightingale does the same. Can he double out?
Nightingale on the 40 toward the left. Let's see if he can start doubling. He's not on the line that he wanted. He's much further to the right.
That was his power move, man. He made up a bunch of time last time around. That may be what Jaden Smart needs to win this championship as he doubles out. A little turn down.
Yeah, we're on the verge of having a best whip contest on Cobras, the way these kids are starting to throw these bikes, just the semblance of sideways over some of the bigger jumps. We're going to start having that. You're going to see, one-handed whips, 6-year-olds.
There's the number 2 of Jaden Smart. Looks like a skier when they're extending way out over the skis there, just getting full extension there. The judges do like that. Rodney Tomlin really appreciates good extension on these young men.
He does like to see the big air, man. He's here for the big air.
Get nice and high.
Changing the line all the way down to the left side of the inside, headed into the sand turn. I think he's looking for smoother real estate. Ooh, you're not kidding. That was risky. But he cross-rutted.
He's making it work, man. Changing lines in the middle of a moto, you got to do it. That's what a great rider can do.
Yep.
He's a crafty veteran coming in at 6 years old.
He never lifted, man. He just kept that thing pinned and managed to power his way through. So that is Jaden Smart, who has stretched it just a little over Nightingale. Nightingale, his ace was the 10 commandments, but the lap traffic, he couldn't get to the line he wanted, and he wasn't able to double his way through from the right side. He was only able to get it from the left, and the lappers, that's where they were.
What a great lap for Jaden Smart.
It should be the white flag.
This is going to be a good one here. Let's see if Nightingale can dig deep and try to run down Jaden Smart for this national championship and snatch another one away from Nightingale. That would be such a heartbreaker for Jaden Smart. He is close again. He's reeled him in. Nightingale, 2.9 seconds. He can make all of that up in those 10 commandments, and I bet you money he knows it. Heading towards the mechanics area. One more lap to go for the number 2, Jaden Smart, the Moto X compound Cobra rider made in America man. Out front, another Cobra rider in the number 2 spot, Cade Nightingale. They're all tied up. We've heard this scenario many times. And Jaden Smart working his way through lap traffic. No problems as of yet. You can see the number 40 just behind him, stalking him. Unable to put the pressure on him. But I think coming out of those 10 commandments, if he gets a clean run at him, he will be close. At his 10 jumps, he can double and save himself about 2 seconds all the way through. So Nightingale was able to best Smart in that mini E-class. Here comes Nightingale. Can he start that double process? Nope.
Interesting point that you made there earlier today about this being possibly one of the youngest rivalries we've seen born here at Loretta Lynn's between Jaden Smart and Cade Nightingale, especially with the results in the Mini E contest. And, of course, coming out here, it's almost like a flip-flop situation for these two. Smart will get this national championship by going 2-1-1 if he can hang on to it, as it appears he will, rolling through this final lap of racing.
Yep. This was a similar scenario, though, in that e-bike class as Nightingale led for a good bit. Or, excuse me, Smart. And then Nightingale was able to get him. But I think Smart is still steaming over that championship that he lost. There he is, the number 2. Look at that aggressive riding style. He is leaving nothing to chance. Does not go in that deep rut this time. He would so beat Jason Wygant on a motorcycle, hands down. There's no doubt in my mind. There's the number 66. He looks over, up and over that step up. Smart just flies right on by him, just like he would Jason Wygant. I mean, it's so obvious, right? When you watch a race, you can just tell everybody's faster than we. There's the number 2. He is looking towards a national championship. How about that? One more straightaway. You got a left-hander. The crowd is starting to light up for Jaden Smart. He'll double again. A little bit of a one-hander. What do you think, Rodney? What's that score for that one?
That right there is a score of 10 out of 10.
All right. Jaden Smart is going to be your champ. Cade Nightingale will finish up 6 seconds behind. 4 and 5 points. 1 point separated them. They were tied. Smart and Nightingale 1 and 2. And we'll look at the rest of the gang here. Levi Raines finishes up 3rd. Alan Scott 4th. Jeter Ramirez winds up 5th. The rest of your top 10, Jace Dill, Hunter Aiken finishes up 7th. Aslan, Abreu, and Nix round out your top 10. That'll do it for the 51-46 limited class. We'll send it down to Jason Wygant, who has our happy winner. I guarantee you Jaden Smart is pumped.
And that settles it. Great showdown in the 4-6-51 limited class. And a championship decided. They each got one this week between Smart and Nightingale. That was some awesome racing. We'll let him celebrate, and we'll talk to him in a bit, Jaden Smart. But right now, we'll talk to our other riders. Cade Nightingale, 2nd place, and the whole shot going to be 2nd overall. And Levi Raines, a great job as well, taking 3rd. Can we bring Levi on up to the podium? Levi getting a nice drink here. We got Arma Sport helping out all the riders here in the cool down area. Getting some Arma. And bringing up some heroes. It's a great ride. We're looking for 3rd place. He's got not the whole shot. He's just 3rd. That's solid right there. Let's hear it for him. Levi Raines. Yeah, dude. All right, walk on up to the microphone and tell us about your race, Levi.
It was good.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
All right, what are you going to do now?
Go eat ice cream.
Yeah! Who do you want to thank, Levi?
My mom, dad, Beast Moto Lab, Sofa, and everybody else I forgot.
Levi Raines, 3rd place. Great job. Thank you, Levi. You can go hang out. Thank you, man. We'll look for our 2nd place finisher and the whole shot winner. Looking for Cade Nightingale on the 40. We'll bring Cade Nightingale up. He got a championship earlier. You're good. You're not up. All right, man. I'll tell you what. These kids want it so bad. It's emotional here. He got 1 title. Smart got another. They've been battling all week. Great run. Got the whole shot. Moto. And there they are hanging out together. Who knows, man? We might be seeing these two battle for titles for a long, long time. Because we're only in the 4-6 range, and these kids rip. Stasic Hull Shot Award and the silver medal for Cade Nightingale. Good job, Cade. Well, I know you wanted to get 2 titles, but 1 isn't bad, and a silver is awesome. Just tell us about that moto real quick.
It was good. I wanted to win, and the track was getting really brake bumpy, and it was hard to go through it, but it was fun, and I like that I won the other moto.
There you go. Yeah, you got a championship. That's good stuff. In your other class, who do you want to thank, buddy?
Cobra Moto, Bees Moto Lab, Dunlop Tires, and Bell Helmets, Oakley Goggles, FX Gear, Novik Gloves, Greg Albertson, Alpine Star Boots, Mom and Dad, Reed, my sister, and that's all.
There it is, Cade Nightingale. 2nd place. Stasic handed out whole shot awards in every single class here. That's the electric stability cycle. A great way to learn to ride. Good job. We're going to take a few more photos. Now we are ready. Well, So close in the SXE mini class, comes back, gets it done in 4-6. And it was a showdown. They battled every inch of this final moto. But let's hear it for our new national champ coming to the stage. Come on up. The number 2 wins the moto and the title. He is Jaden Smart. All right, Jaden, I know you wanted the one on the electric bikes. How good does it feel to get it this time? Wow. How good does it feel?
Good.
Oh, man. Tell me about that moto.
It was good. Got a good start and got the win.
Yeah. What are you going to do now to celebrate?
Eat ice cream.
Yeah. I would do the same. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, dad, Moto X, Gold Truck Tree Casino, Elite Cobra, Beast Moto Lab, Dunlop, OG Goggles, Justin Costello from State Farm, and everybody else.
He's your champion, Jaden Smart. Let's bring Tad DeWalt to the stage from the AMA to hand over the number 1 plate. 4-6 limited national champion. Let's hear it for him, Jaden Smart. That's going to do it for our 4-6. I'm going to send it back to the tower. We've got P-Dub racing next.
Absolutely correct, Jason Wygant, as we get set to roll into another moto this afternoon. These Pee-wees, Kevin Kelly, lots of excitement. You know, man, I can't believe the competitive value that we've seen out of the 4- to 6-year-old classes this year. And obviously the 7- to 8-year-olds, you know, you jokingly talk about these kids being veterans and things of that nature. By the time they reach that 7- and 8-year-old class, they're almost a veteran, at least of the Pee-wee racing. And
yeah, I mean,
hey, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Jaden Smart has 1 championship request. He wants to throw this shout out to one of his buddies.
Let's do it.
I want to say happy birthday to my buddy. Good luck.
What's his
Drake.
name? How old is he, you think?
15.
All right. Wow. 13, Drake, happy birthday. That's the championship wish. All right, take it away, boys. Good job.
That's awesome. Give those shout-outs on there whenever we got the folks watching on RacerTV, so why not? And you're right, we were talking about crafty veterans in the 7-8 class. Well, guess what, man? If you made it through the shaft class, then the 4 to 6 class, then the 7-8 class, you've been to Loretta's like 3 times by the time you were 8.
Right.
By the time you were in 2nd grade.
Right. That's
pretty
crazy.
impressive. Well,
yeah.
Here we go. Anderson Waddell. This is the shaft class. So what makes this class different than the one you just watched? Well, it's all P-dubs, and it's shaft drive, meaning there's no chain. It's a worm drive gear that runs down the swing arm. So they're all on the same kind of bikes. It's a Yamaha PW, a very, very affordable and entry-level way to jump into this sport. About $1,100. You can pick one of these up used, and you could go to Loretta's on a used bike and sell it in 10 years for about $800.
Yeah.
About the same price. They just don't lose value. So that's the reason for the class. It gets families into racing for a very reasonable cost. They're quiet. Got little turf tires. Very basic. The maintenance is they're oil injected. Put a little oil in it, throw the gas in the gas tank. It mixes itself.
Yep.
Off you go. Plastic grips, rubber foot pegs, no clutch. Brakes are on the hands. And we are just about ready to go. Waddell, perfect scores. Very consistent for a 6-year-old kid. He's got 1-1 moto scores. And the one key ingredient here, too, is the suspension is just about non-existent. But these little guys, they're 3 foot nothing, weigh about 38 pounds. They don't need a lot of suspension. And they all appear to have made it through as Jason Wygant sprints through the tunnel of Gross, and he is going to pop out on the other side. And we are watching our whole shot winners, Grayson Porco out of Barberton, Ohio, the number 4 Yamaha ride. See if he can hold on to that. Grayson Porco.
Grayson Porco.
Heading into the 10 Commandments, there will be no doubling here. I can guarantee you. These things put out about as much horsepower as a blender, but they're still fun to ride. They last forever. They're just bulletproof.
Well, you know, maybe no doubling unless they get to a braking or acceleration bump or someplace out there. I remember watching this when these were the premier 50cc class, and man, I'm telling you, dads and mechanics figured out ways to make these things run super sweet and get just a little bit extra edge on some of the other riders, all within limits, obviously.
But seeing the ingredient there, yeah.
But seeing them double those some of those braking bumps and acceleration bumps, say 25 years or so ago, was pretty cool, because that was about the last time we really saw that dominance of them in that class. Everybody started switching over to the KTMs, the Cobras, and things like that.
That's a great point. 27 years ago, the Cobra was invented. Before that, it was this.
Yep.
You had the PW, you had the JR50, the ItaliJet, and that's really all you had in terms of choices. And then Cobra went to the drawing board, through Davey Millsaps, Michael Lessie on these things, and the rest, as they say, history.
Yes,
American-made, 27 years. They're still coming out with new models. They've got a 65. They've got the 50s. They've got an e-bike. They've got an electric bicycle coming.
Wow.
So they are all over it.
Cutting edge.
Cutting edge, an American-made company. But guess who's undefeated in this PW class?
Well, I'm going
Yamaha.
Yeah, actually.
It's all Yamahas, man.
Anderson Waddell is undefeated right now as well.
1-1 scores, 2 points. So the best score you can ask for is a 3. That's a 1, a 1, and a 1. That means you won all 3 motos. For those of you watching at home and you're new to the sport, which you got to figure most of the folks watching this, if this is their grandson, they've really not been around motorcycling too much.
Right.
And we do run 3 motos. A moto is a race. So we're going to have 3 motos. This is their 3rd time racing. And Waddell has been the man to beat. He has been 1-1 both times. Porco finished 2nd, or he sits 2nd overall. Levi Letty sits 3rd. Carter Shute sits 4th. And Beckett Utz sits in the number 5 spot overall through 2 motos. Anything can change, though. One little problem by our leader, let's say he goes and finishes 10th. Now we got problems. Everybody else goes up a spot.
Changes everything quite a bit, actually.
But he's not going to, look at that, he's already leading again.
Yeah.
1-1-1 scores. Very consistent for those first 3 guys. 1-1 scores. Porco with 3-2-2 scores. And Levi Letty with 4-3-3 scores. So the youngest, typically the most up and down class, the top 3 riders.
Consistent.
Just like a EKG.
Well, even Carter Shute back there in the 4th place position overall, 6.56 for him going into this one. And, you know, that's funny. We talked about the inconsistencies in all the other classes. This is one that we expected inconsistencies in. There's consistency.
No doubt about it. These kids from all over America, too, which is crazy. And you can do it. You can throw these things in the back of your car. Micah had his PW last year in the back of his Jeep. You can load that thing up, chuck your kid in his car seat, throw that PW in there, and zip on down to the racetrack. Pay your $20 to ride, have a great time, introduce your child to motorcycling at a pretty reasonable cost. This is where we need to grow this sport. Not lots of little 50 riders, man. They grow into 65 riders and then 85 riders.
Man, I tell you, got to wonder what happened to Landon Horn, the 94 machine. I don't see him.
Not in the top 20. That's
not in the top 20 here in moto number 3. He finished 2nd in moto 1. He took 42nd in moto 2. I'm going to have to assume that maybe that 42nd might have taken him out of complete contention. Yeah.
So those little guys, and the one cool thing is, like in baseball, we go and we play on a tiny little field. If you're a 6-year-old, you're playing on a field that's proportional to your size. Everything's kind of brought in. Not here. You're going to ride this dirt bike on the same track that Styles Robertson, our Open Pro Sport, who's going pro very soon, just raced on. But they kind of smooth it out, make it a little bit easier for you.
That's an interesting point right there. You know, as we watch these first laps, and I always love this RacerTV first lap shot as they come down through the 10 Commandments. And you notice, I don't know, but to me, that 10 Commandments section looks so wide.
It looked 100 feet wide.
It does. And I mean, you got 5, 6. We need to count how many they go side to side. But can you imagine being on a 50cc motorcycle, making that big hard left-hand turn, and then looking at those things?
Those look like the Himalayas. Like the Rocky Mountains. Here's your top 10. It's Anderson Waddell. He has been perfect. He's won the first 2 motos leading up to this 3rd moto. Grayson Porco is 2nd. Levi Letty is 3rd. Braxton Woodring is 4th. Ryan McDaniel is 5th. Carter Shute 6th. Cruz Anderson 7th. Brian DeVilbus is 8th. Jack Saraceno is in the number 9 spot. And Brody Rattray, that's Tyler Rattray's son, inside that top 10. You know he's fit. at age 6. Should be, no matter what.
Right.
But I saw him at the regional. They went all the way to Michigan.
Wow.
Up at Baja Acres to get qualified up here for Loretta Lynn's. Do what you got to do, man. You get in that RV and you just zip all over the country.
And especially this season, man. I mean, you know, it was very critical that you go where you could, when you could, just to ensure the likelihood that you'd be able to be here this week.
Yeah, and the way it all came together, not so much last minute, but just when we could make it available to you, you had to just sit on, go. You're in the starting blocks, just like, where am I going? Am I going to Texas? Am I going to Michigan? Am I going to Florida? Wherever you tell me to go.
That's the way the GNCC season has been as well, but we've got it all dialed in. Looks like,
look at that.
Yeah.
Porco's right there.
Yeah, he is. He's not letting this one go too easy. Look at Levi Letty actually turning a little faster lap. We've got a three-way battle.
Thundering across that starting line. The ground-pounding, thundering 6 horsepower P-Dub 50s. They may put out, I'm going to go check the actual horsepower. I keep saying 6 horsepower. I don't want to take one away from them.
Yeah, here we go. There you go. Get on to Google there. I mean, again, you know, 4 to 6 year old shaft drive class, and these guys riders are so competitive. And you know, we go back to the idea of the Stasics and the Strider type bicycles and stuff like that. 2.68 horsepower. You were like giving them way more horsepower than they had.
If you got 5 horsepower, we got to talk.
Something ain't right there.
2.68 horsepower these things have, and they will take you right down the road. I've ridden those.
I have too.
A 2 horsepower machine. This thing has 2.68 horsepower to be precise. Put that thing on the dyno.
And you thought you were saying it had small horsepower at 6, right?
Right. I said, maybe they got 8. I don't know. My push mower, my Honda mower has 9 horsepower.
Right.
Wow. There they are, side by side. Look at them in stereo, Roddy. Is this not the best?
And that 3rd place ride also trying to sneak up in there as well. Grayson Porco, did he take over the lead?
For the moment, he's got it. He looks over to his left. Look at him. He's checking him out. Oh, side by side. Porco just launches it. Uses every bit of the 2 inches.
Oh.
Bouncing his little head like Nancy Reagan. That big old head on him, man. It's tough. That is unbelievable. I've always thought of that. These little guys have big bobbleheads like Nancy Reagan. There's the number 2 or 4 of Porco. Excuse me.
Look at that. Look at the style. Yeah.
The feet are way up. He's got those rubber bands all locked in. Anderson Waddell. And who's coming? It's Levi Letty, not Levi Garrett. He is coming in that number 3 spot.
Wow,
the kid out front, though, Porco is all in that tuck position. Don't want to have any drag coefficient. He's tucked under that gas cap.
Wind resistance, none.
Can't even see over his gas cap. Look at him trying to just soak up the bumps there.
At 2.68 horsepower, I'm sure every little bit's going to help.
It does. I will never forget that. 2.68. I should have looked it up years ago. That makes the joke even better. But, man, they make it work. They'll do 30 miles an hour.
That's great. Here we go. We may see another pass coming on as we head into the heart of this racetrack now, Kevin Kelly. And again, still Porco. He does a quick look over to see what's going on. He sees Waddell. He sees Letty right there in the rear view as we head into the big sweeper turn now to the extreme inside.
Look,
goes
that's
Grayson
how much horsepower is on the racetrack. 107.2 horsepower total out of the 40 machines. 100. You can put 2 450s out there and have more horsepower than all those motorcycles combined.
That's crazy. That's nuts. Here we go. This is exciting as well as we roll through now lap 3 complete. Grayson Porco has got the riding position dialed in to 0 wind resistance, and that 2.68 horsepower starting to stretch things out. Nearly a second now over Anderson Waddell. Porco turned to 310 that time. Waddell dropped to a 313, and Levi Letty also in that 310
Whoa,
range.
there's a pass right there. Our new 2nd place rider, perhaps. Is it the 76? No, still Waddell. I thought the 46 had gotten around, and Levi Letty is right there. Jason, we did some research. Man. These motorcycles, I said, 5 horsepower. No, they have 2.68 horsepower. There's 107 horsepower combined out on the racetrack. You put 2 450s together, more horsepower than the entire field combined. And there's the ages are 6 times 4 is 240 years worth of dirt bikes out there, worth of kids out there, I should say. A little bit of fun facts for you. Then you got over 2,000 years of motorcycle. When you get in that plus 50 class. Just that's 3 guys. That's 180 years right there. All right, what a great race here. Porco, Waddell, Letty, 1, 2, and 3. Woodring is 4th. Chute is 5th. McDaniel is 6th. Brody Rattray up to 7th. Really starting to dig deep. Cruz Anderson is 8th. Tate Gilmore is 9th. Roxon Wow, let me get the rest of that name. Where is he at? Oh, you're not helping me out.
Santa Croce.
Santa Croce. Santa Croce, like Jim Santa Croce. Roxon Jim Santa Croce. Porco, Waddell, and Letty, and they just won't leave each other alone. They're all side by side. The little man, though, Grayson Porco. You know what? Oh, not for long. Porco, he's got that hunched over. He tries to get low, cut that air. Probably giving up 10 pounds to the kid behind him, dare I say that, but guarantee you, look at that.
Well, if that's the case, they say 7 pounds equals the horsepower.
Oh,
he's down to
nothing.
He's like got 0 horsepower.
I'm going to argue that stat because that would mean if you weighed about 30 pounds, the bike wouldn't move.
Right,
You'd actually have
exactly.
negative horsepower.
Yeah, I know, but that's something that you
always hear it.
You always hear it's 7 pounds equals 1 horsepower.
You always hear that, yes.
Or is it 1 pound equals 7 horsepower? Whichever way it goes, I can't remember, but yeah. Always seems a little extended.
Yeah, if you remove 7 pounds, it's like you gained 1 horsepower. It sounds like a completely arbitrary number.
Porco, Waddell, and Letty, 1, 2, and 3. There is the number 4 of Porco. Man, he has staved off all the attacks of Anderson Waddell. Waddell, the great, I mean, he's a giant in this class. Number 46. Trying to soak it up. Ah, you're right. He's gotten around Waddell. Where is Waddell?
Well, what happened to Waddell?
No, he's been perfect too. 1-1-1. This is what we talked about. Where is Waddell? The number 76 machine.
Woo. Meanwhile, a big Brody there, Porco, throwing it sideways.
So Porco has 2 points separating himself and Waddell.
These guys have just checked out. Look at this. They're nose to tail coming around the final lap of racing here. Or not the final lap, but the final turn here, heading on lap number 4 complete now. Porco and Waddell very close. Listen to that crowd.
I think they know this is for a championship now. This thing has changed. Porco and Waddell are very close in points as well. There's 5, 6, 9. We've lost Waddell for the moment.
Yeah.
And that means Porco, as it stands, is your leader. But if Letty can get around, that still wouldn't change. So Porco could get second, depending on how Waddell does. Oh, no.
Yeah, we got to figure this out. We got 3rd place finally coming in now. So we were 22 seconds back to Braxton Woodring. Carter Shute.
53 of Carter Shute is in the number 3 spot. There's the 90 of Braxton Woodring is 4th. The 28 of Brody Rattray now up to a top 5 finish. And Waddell, I believe, just 76. He comes in the number 7 spot. Still waiting for our computer.
Yeah, waiting for that. I don't know that he hasn't tripped the transponder yet. So
wow, look at that. Porco is already being called the champ right now, regardless of what Waddell comes through now.
Yeah, it's 118. He would have 3. He's got 4 more positions to play with there. Waddell would still get a top 3 overall.
Unbelievable. Tough break for little Anderson Waddell as he continues to slide outside the top 3 now as these riders continue to come around.
Down to 13th now. So, wow, big day for Grayson Porco and Levi Letty. Both these riders coming out gunning, no doubt about it. You know, Porco just chomping at the bit. He's got that number 4 on his machine. If that
returning as a 4th place finish.
Right, and that doesn't happen often in this 51 4-6 shaft drive class, but seeing that happen, pretty cool. You know, he had it in his heart coming into this one to win this championship. 3-2-1 scores right now may just exactly do that for this rider.
I believe that's our Waddell pushing his motorcycle through the other tunnel down the midfield, about to go out of sight of that first step up.
I see it there.
What a devastating, heartbreaking for number 76. There he is.
Yeah.
That just breaks your heart for Anderson Waddell. I believe that's one of the Yamaha reps from Georgia. Looking down at the bike, it's rolling, so it's not locked up.
And doesn't look like he's hurt or anything like that. So evidently just a freak mechanical issue, and that's something that you rarely see on these P-dubs also. I mean,
I agree. I never see those things break down.
Well, my son has been able, when he was a younger, he rode the wheels out. Hey, Letty to the lead now, that 46 machine. What's that going to do as far as the championship? Absolutely nothing. Porco still has it and will with a 3-2-2, but bragging rights and a moto medal gold will certainly be something to take home from this 4-6 shaft drive national championship bid here this week. Lap 4 in the history books, working on lap 5. And as we look down at our finish line region here, we should be getting somewhat close. Our race clock has zeroed out, obviously, and I think that we've got checkers in hand of our finish line flagger, and we do, as our leader rounds the final turn, headed for home, taking the Moto 3 victory here at Loretta Lynn's.
Man, listen to that
Levi
crowd.
Letty going to
Nice
be
work.
your Moto 3 winner. He will go 4-3-1 for the overall second place position. Grayson Porco will go 3-2-2 as he crosses the finish line as well after 5 laps of racing complete. Grayson Porco, your 51 4-6 shaft drive limited national champion. And how about it for Carter Schutz? You got to give this kid a big round of applause. Also a 6-5-3, and this kid is able to pull off 3rd place overall. But your moto looks like this. Levi Letty taking the moto win. 2nd place going to Grayson Porco. 3rd place to Carter Schutz. Braxton Woodring in 4th. Brody Rattray in 5th. Ryan McDaniel in 6th. Cruz Anderson 7th. Beckett Utz is 8th. 9th Roxon Santa Croce, and also Tate Gilmore rounding out the top 10 as we head down to the podium where celebrations are already underway, it sounds like.
Yeah, we got a moto win, and they are stoked on that. We'll leave him right on up here so we can celebrate. He's got the gold medal.
Get on. And we'll move it around. I think we're good. I don't know why that's the same. I think we're good. All right.
Had to be careful with our movement. You'd be amazed how much like moving that microphone 3 inches makes all the difference, because we want to talk to this guy, our moto winner, Levi Letty. Talk about that moto. How'd you get it, man? You had to take the lead late. Tell me about it.
I had to go fast and just pass them.
Yeah, that's right. You had to go fast and pass him. Who do you want to thank, Levi?
Ride Car Roughing, ProFlow, Midland Ford, Darcy Rooster Mechanical, Gutter Works, OGs, Fly, Dunlap, and other stuff. Moto X.
The Moto X compound. Anybody else?
Mom and Dad.
Hey, what about your girlfriend?
What about your girlfriend? No? Yes? Who's your girlfriend?
Brianna and Sissy.
Brianna and Sissy. All right. Winning the gold. Let's hear it for Levi Letty. Oh, Brianna must be pumped on that. Yeah. Okay, congratulations. We'll move the 46 bike off. We'll bring the championship machine up. And I'm going to find our 3rd place finisher. He's got the bronze. Let's bring Carter on up while we switch the motorcycles. Good job, Carter. Okay, we're going to bring the championship bike up, but let's definitely talk to our 3rd place finisher, Carter Schutz. How'd you do it, man? Tell me about your race, Carter.
It was good. It was good.
Was it hard?
No.
Not hard. That's what we like to hear. What are you going to do now that you're done racing?
Play.
Yeah! Best answer ever. Who do you want to thank, buddy?
Mom, Dad, Elmore Pest Control, FXR, Club, Bray Goggles, Luca Performance, High Tom Motors. That's it.
There it is. Congratulations to Carter Schutz, 3rd place.
Good job, boy. Good job.
Yeah, Carter. Awesome job. Take some pictures, get on video, and now we move the number 4 machine to the box, and that is the championship ride, and he did it by virtue of the whole shot. Heartbreaker, though, for Anderson Waldell, who was in contention for it. Tough break for him. He'll be back. Taking it now, Stacy Whole Shot Award, silver medal for 2nd in the moto. Smart. He wins the title. Let's hear it for Grayson Porco. Yeah. All right, Grayson, tell me about that race, man.
Good.
How pumped are you right now?
Really pumped.
Really pumped. What do you want to do to celebrate?
I don't know.
Okay. We're having to sink in. Maybe some new toys. Would that be cool? What kind of toys do you like?
Dirt bikes.
Dirt bike toys. Yeah, exactly. Well, you got the ultimate one back there with the P-Dub. You won the title. Who do you want to thank?
Mom, Dad, Bell, X-Brand, FSR, Bruce, and that's it.
There he is. He is wheelie pumped. Let's hear it for our champion, Grayson Porco. And we'll give them the stage to celebrate. We'll take the mic away. That thing is hot. Thank you, Sloan. You guys get to celebrate. Just make sure you just spray the champagne over in the white circle there. Have fun, everybody. Yeah.
All right, we're about ready to go racing. Congratulations down there on the podium to Grayson Porco. Man, I bet that was a shocker. And keep your head up there, Waddell. You had a great ride. Austin Waddell, we were bummed for you. Had a 1-1 going into that third and final moto. But like we said, Loretta's given those first two motos, and she take it. Take us away.
Go ahead, announcer. Or for announcer.
He'll be back again. You just said that on the air there, partner. So mini senior 1, 12-14. Hayden Deegan back to his old tricks again. He has a 1-1 moto score. Logan Best with 2-2 scores gives him 4 points. He sits in the number 2 spot. Christian Janik with 3-5 scores. He has 8 points, good enough for third place overall. Augustin Barenchi with 7-4 moto scores has him tied with 2 other gentlemen for that number 4 spot. Adler Calder has 11 points with 5-6 scores. 4-7 moto scores for Casey Cochran has him at 11 points as well. 7th spot is Jeremy Fapani with 6-8 scores, 14 points in total. Thomas Wood in the number 8 spot on a KTM, 13-3 scores, 16 points total. Carter Malcolm in the number 9 spot, 8-11 moto scores, and rounding out your top 10, Owen Covell on the Kawasaki, 11-9 moto scores, 20 total points, Rodney.
All right, hang on one second. I got to bring up from the American Motorcycle Association, Tad DeWalt. We're going to present the number 1 plate in the PW shaft class. One more time, everybody. National champion, Grayson Porco. All right, you can call it, boys.
All right, thanks a lot, Jason. Just one quick reminder for you, the Monster Mile, the county road out here that runs to Loretta's house. I got to tell you right now, that is a no-fly zone. Actually, that is a no-ride zone for folks in their golf carts and stuff. If you are camping in areas 4, 5, or 6, you do have privileges to ride on the county road. If you do not have campsites in those areas, you may get a ticket. I understand the county sheriff's department is out. They are writing tickets here today for those folks that are on the county road without permission to go from 4, 5, and 6. So once again, do not ride on the county road on your golf carts and your mules and different things like that, your side-by-sides. Tickets are being currently written by the Humphrey County Sheriff's Department if you are not in areas 4, 5, or 6. So stay off the county road, a.k.a. the Monster Mile.
All right, we still have some packages at the package center. Shipping trailer right behind us here in the announcer's tower. If your last name is one of the 400 names I'm about to tell you, you need to pay attention. Packages are available. If you are expecting one, they are located behind us here in the announcer's tower. Aldridge, Alden, ABR, Burgos, Baseflug, Bright, Brandon, Burke, Bickler, not Dirk Diggler, Beast, Dumas, Fairs, Harden, Hogue, Harrison, Holzenbeck, Johnson, Nipping, Lucas, Lassar, McNeil, Mason, Myers, Novak, Oswald, Olson, Pepperid, Richards, Scarborough, Schwartz, Sorensen Smith, Stice Smith, Texas Best, Tolan, and Wilbrandt. All of those names, you have packages. You know you got a package. You requested it. You paid for it. You ordered it. So shoot on over there and see if your package is available. Rodney Tomlin, you got a package over there waiting for somebody?
I do not.
All right.
Okay. Just a reminder, everybody, by the way, as we mentioned a couple times today, We've changed the way closing ceremonies will work tomorrow. If your third moto was today, closing ceremonies for those classes will be at 10 a.m. at the Monster Energy Arena. If your final moto is on Saturday, closing ceremonies will be at the traditional 4 p.m. time. So if you had a third moto here on a Friday, 10 a.m. tomorrow is that award ceremony. Obviously, if you happen to have a Friday and Saturday third moto, you can go to both. Or we'll just give you your award at either one, but if you want to have your name called and come out on the stage, go to the one that works for your classes. The idea, obviously, that'll cut back on the crowds in the arena. Here we go. Wow, wheeling out of that gate, Hayden Deegan.
No doubt about it.
Oh, no, he's got a battle on his hands. Just able to squeeze him off, get that Stasic hole shot. That was good stuff right there.
That was
53. Augustin Barenci fighting him off. Oh, we got a rider upside down in those ruts.
Barenci goes down. Oh, no, that is a bad spot. He's going to lose just about every spot for sure. Now Deegan going to have to deal with a few other riders. Now that track is so rough.
Jeez, that was like whoops.
You got to get up to speed just immediately on this racetrack when you're sitting all day long like most of these guys have. That is not Deegan. That's the 34. There's Deegan. He's third. There you go.
51 and 34 battling it out. Let's give a shout out to those riders. Why can I not see them on here? I'm going to
way down the line there. There's
Dylan Blecka, who's had a rough go of it.
And Leo Tucker.
Yeah, both having a rough go of it early on, sitting in 20th and 24th overall and running 1-2 on the track.
Dylan looked, or excuse me, Hayden Deegan looked right over to his left when he made that pass. He's done with that.
Deegan to the front. See if these guys can hang with him, make it interesting for us. And we got a fourth place rider, Logan Best, just hammered down there from fourth.
And it looks like Casey Cochran might be back there lurking on the 66 Suzuki. That is he. And where is Christian Janik on the 27 Kawasaki? About in the number 6 spot behind the number 66.
Best really wanted to make those passes and get to the rear wheel of Deegan. Wasn't able to do it. Dylan Blecka holding that second place spot.
Best is already there. He just made the pass into the number 2 spot. He is on a move right now. He wants to absolutely challenge the 38 of Hayden Deegan.
I feel like this is the most motivated we've seen these kids all week. They don't want Deegan to get the 6-for-6 clean sweep, and these kids are going for it early. Barreca, that was too bad for him. He got that Stasic hole shot, but he crashed. Logan Best is absolutely flying.
Absolutely murdered that section, going across the starting line straight away. And Logan Best is a man on a mission right now. He is ready to put that to a stop. A big problem for Deegan. Blood in the water for Logan Best on the inside. He will challenge. He will jump past the mechanics area and make that pass, Jason Wygant.
Deegan looked over, hung a hard right, cut across those ruts. Wasn't enough to get it back. We got a battle on our hands. Logan Best, Hayden Deegan. This is great stuff. And Mini Senior is at the top of the 85cc classes. And Best is bringing his best here in this final moto.
All right, again, this is a scenario. Deegan does not have to beat Logan Best, but you think he's just going to sit there and let Logan Best beat him straight up, make that pass?
He wants the clean sweep.
And we are watching above. Oh, a topple there. He stalls the bike, and Logan Best lets Hayden Deegan by him. All right, we're watching this race. The number 38 of Deegan is not jumping in those ruts. He is skipping all that. Got a pickle guy coming up here in just a bit.
Well, here's what happens, man. This first lap, this is dead sprint. They were leaving it all out there, pressing the envelope. So that's how mistakes happen. Best got the lead and loses it. Let's see if he can keep up with Deegan back through here. He looked fast to this section a lap ago, and he's fast again.
Does. Different lines there. Deegan goes all the way to the inside. Best on the middle part of the racetrack. He's able to make up that time. That one little miscalculation, he stalled the bike, or I should say hit a neutral.
Oh, okay. And that coming out of the 10 Commandments, right? Yep. Blecka still third. Viney is fourth. Wow. Casey Cochran fifth. Yannick sixth. Papani, Yelton, Jaden Clough, and Gavin Betts. That's your top 10.
Yeah, Best is not going away. Sorry about that, Weege.
No, man, this is going to be fun to watch. Let's see if Best can keep him in sight. And that's the way you get faster. He's motivated. He's going to give it everything he has to try to end the Hayden Deegan sweep.
Well, if anybody can do it, it's going to be him. He's just going to have to clean up a few mistakes. Coach Rob Beams is his trainer. He was up here a little bit ago and talked about all the fitness and all the things that go into this, and it comes to fruition right here. Different lines, though, man. That's a risky move there.
Well, that's actually where he took the lead from Deegan. He got to his right, and then Deegan decided to get on the brakes, jam it, and try to cut back underneath. It didn't work. But then Best made a mistake at the end of the 10 Commandments, and that's how Deegan got it back. around that Monster Energy turnstile.
Peristyle, turnbuckle.
It's everything in one.
Everything. So inside line there for Best. He's going to shorten the racetrack, double out. Deegan goes outside. Does it work? Is it faster? He triples out. I like that.
Triples and on the inside.
Yeah. Double, 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 triple out. That's only 9 jumps because you roll the first one where Deegan jumps in on that 10th one. He missed the commandment. Deegan hits all 10 of them. From the inside, you missed that first.
It's all about learning here at Loretta's. He wants to learn those commandments by touching all of them. So right now, Deegan's got that lead up to probably about 2 seconds. Best, I love it, standing up, coming out of that corner, dealing with those ruts. If you watch Logan Best all by himself, you would swear he's winning this moto with how fast he's going, with how hard he's charging. I mean, look at that right there. Hard to believe he's going that fast, but he can't quite catch Hayden Deegan still.
He's starting to match some of those lines, though. I've seen him move over in that turn. He's kind of putting together the racetrack. Maybe Deegan's showing him the fast way around. He's going to have to go, though. These are absolute heaters that Deegan is putting together right now.
Thing about Deegan, I've said it several times. I know obviously they got the vlogs and they go viral and they're high flying and he did a backflip at age 10 and all that, but really at the core, he is all about the fundamentals. You don't really see huge mistakes out of Deegan. I know he had one last year in the 3rd moto and flipped the championship, I think. But for the most part, he just rides smooth and solid and just keeps laying it down, laying it down, laying it down. Best looks fast, but he can't quite get there.
They were at the 2-minute mark. They dropped just below at the 1:59 mark. Now they're running 1:56s, 1:57s. That is the intensity they are going at these early laps here in this mini senior 1:12:14 class.
Yes, they both just laid down their best lap of the moto.
And it shows. 2.8 seconds now separate Deegan and Best. Janik has moved up to the number 3 spot. He was 6th early on, so a great ride for Christian Janik. But look at the lap time differences now. 2:03s, 2s, and 3s. The guys out front wanting 1:56, 1:57. That is the level. He is almost clear of Best now. Best losing contact with him.
That's still able to get that triple and use the right side. Yep, Deegan just laying it down, though, stretching it out inch by inch.
This might be Deegan's best moto. He is trying to sprint away from Logan Best. Here comes the rest of the gang. That's Janik. Man, he has a whole gaggle of guys right behind him. That's the 75 of Jeremy Fapani. James Clough found that out. It's CLUFF is the way you say it.
Clough. Yeah, Clough.
Oh, Clough. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it.
CLOFF, right?
James Clough.
Yeah. Like Clough, only Clough.
And 6 is Dylan Blecka, who was up front early. Number 51, Jonathan Yelton on a Husqvarna is 8th. Gavin Betts and Mason Davis. That is your top 10. There is Yannick headed into Storyland.
There's your leaders right to their left.
Yep, and now coming the other way.
Janik on the 27 Kawasaki ride. A good ride for him coming from 6th to 3rd. And that, with those passes, he's jumped up into a podium spot. A ton of fast riders right behind him, though. Look at those kids just wheeling out of that stuff, dropping it down right into a rut. There's the 51 of Dylan Blecka. He has James Clough right in front of him.
We're going to call Clough's name a lot just so we can use it as practice.
Clough.
James Clough, James Clough, James Clough.
Clough.
I still didn't get it right.
I still didn't get it right.
Clough.
The guy just texted me and told me it's KLUFF. That's phonetically how you say it.
Well, he told me it was Clough earlier, but okay, we'll go with Clough.
No, if you got it from that dude.
All right, we're going to have to go to the judges for the tie.
I thought it was his dad that came up and told me, to be honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I misunderstood his pops. I do have
close enough. That's close than where we were.
Oh, exactly. A long way from Chloe.
Yep.
Hey, guys, real quick, while we watch this heat up right here, I got my good buddy Corey Benton from Benton House Pickles here with us. You might have seen him running around with a cooler on the back of his quad all week that says Race Day Pickles. You got Race Pickles. Corey, welcome to Loretta Lynn's. I know you're a big part of GNCC. I know all of us on staff, Carrie Joe, myself, everybody, just Big John, we all love the Benton House Pickles. I don't think you're going to find any finer pickles than what you guys have got for the folks.
Yeah, we're definitely happy to be here, and the fans that we get a chance to talk to, I'd say the mechanics, the parents that are out there that are working on all these bikes and getting their kids' bikes ready and everything, and man, they love them, and we enjoy being able to just talk to them, be able to sell them a good product.
So you guys make these pickles yourselves, huh?
Yes, everything is homemade. It is done at the house, and we have a good-sized garden to be able to grow everything, and
You grow all the cucumbers and everything? Most of the try to anyway.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, they're from the house.
I thought it was a pickle tree. Not a pickle tree. Learn something
Somebody
every
chopped
day.
my tree down, so they laid down on the ground.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
The coolest pickles around, kosher, bread and butter, zesty, and medium and hot Benton House pickles. Where can they find you?
We are actually located down on the beach area. I think most everybody has kind of been around that area. They go and get in the water there, but we're riding around. We've got 2 of us out on four-wheelers with coolers, and we ride around themselves.
All right, Corey, thanks a lot for stopping up. Good luck, and thanks for the great Benton House pickles.
We're talking about those green pickles and the green motorcycle getting sideways there. He got pickled. He's in a pickle.
He's in a pickle. He dropped 2 spots.
Yeah, Christian Yannick, he got sideways coming out of the turn after the sand. Now he's got to get these spots back. He's battling with Fapani on the 75. And what's the name?
Fapani. There you go. So now a whole new deal here. Landon Pepper's third, Fapani, Janik, and Clough. That is the most confusing spelling probably ever. They're going into the mechanics area. There's the 27 of Christian Janik.
Thank you.
What a great battle there. Whoa.
Yeah, 4-way duel. Peppered. I mean, he has done some serious work. Peppered up to 37 up to third.
Yeah. He's a kid out of Alaska that I was telling you about that shoots big game and flies a bush plane.
The kid.
Yes.
The kid.
True
in the 12 to 14 class.
Yep.
I'm trying one of these pickles. I can't wait no
Get
longer.
in that pickle, man.
I'm in there. I'm in a pickle.
You're in a pickle.
I'm in a pickle.
That's a spicy, medium spicy pickle. So not too big of a jam for you.
I'm down.
All right, here we go. Through the 10 Commandments. My man tripling midway through. That was a legit huck.
Was that peppered?
Yes. No, it would have been Fapani.
Okay.
No, it was Peppered. Then Fapani was right behind him. Then you have Janik. My bad.
Yep.
Sure was.
So 2 different things to watch. Of course, you got that chase for Deegan with Best trying to keep him honest and that battle.
I got a special announcement real quick. We need the parents of Thomas Wood, the number 43 riding this class. Parents of Thomas Wood to the medical station, please. Parents of Thomas Wood to the medical station, please let them know they need to go up there. Thank you very much.
All right, Rodney. Yeah, parents of Thomas Wood to the medical station. We keep watching this battle. Yannick on the 27 trying to get those spots back. There is no room for error in this battle. He made 1 mistake in this upcoming turn 1 lap ago, and 2 riders got by him.
Pickle juice impervious to coronavirus?
That might be the cure right there, man. I mean, look, Rodney has put himself through the ringer, but he is so pickled, even on the inside. He's practically impervious. Rodney, if there's a race, Rodney shows up, never sick, never hurt. It's pickled from the inside. Great announcing, Wobby. Oh, and again, a mistake from Yannick. Loses the front end in that Bermuda Triangle. And he's stuck.
Can't get out.
His left boot was stuck onto the bike. Has to use that reverse pickup that we see some of the younger kids have to use to pick their bikes up. Heads up for Yannick to get the motorcycle upright. That shows you right there how deep those ruts are. We've talked about this before. It's an uphill. It's so deep, the entrance to that left-hander. Yes. You actually are climbing uphill to get out of that corner because the rut is so deep, and that caught him. 37 of Peppered here. He's made some mistakes too, yet still holding down third. That was... Pepper just did about everything you could possibly do on a motorcycle in one straightaway. He wheelied, he endoed, he manualed, he jumped, he stood up, he sat down, and that was just to go down a straightaway because it's so darn rough for these 85s. Primary difference between a Super Mini and the Mini Senior class, those are what we would call the big wheels. Super Mini is the big wheel. A little bit bigger engine, bored out, but more importantly, bigger wheels. And that makes a big difference in some of these sections. And Peppered just able to hold on to that thing through the rough stuff. Hayden Deegan, meanwhile, out front looking for the 6-4-6, the moto sweep. We've had a lot this year. We've had some years where we didn't have any. But I think Ryder D's working on it. Deegan's working on it. Max Boland, I believe, working on it, the sweeps. But you really want to see is when these kids are all in a similar class together. I know people out in California buzzing, what would happen if you had Ryder D and Deegan in the same class? But that's kind of the amateur system works. You get 1 or 2 years apart.
All right, I need to cancel the parents of Thomas Wood. I need Caden Sedgwick's parents.
Okay.
Caden Sedgwick's parents to please report to medical. Caden Sedgwick's parents, please report to medical. Thank you.
All right. And we're watching Peppered there still. He has won that battle for third. I mean, that was an unbelievably intense battle at one point, and now Peppered is all by himself. Jeremy Fapani in fourth, James Clough fifth.
Clough.
Oh,
I know, man.
Clough.
It's C-L-O-U-G-H. You would think Clough.
Look, dude, I only got McElrath down about 2 years ago, okay? McElrath. I only got Shane McElrath down about 2 years ago after about 7 years of trying, all right? Takes a while. How about that Justin Barcia kid? He ever go on to do anything?
No, he struggled a little bit.
Justin Barcia. There is, speaking of Barcia, who rides Yamahas, there's the Blue Crew 85cc rider, Logan Best. He gave it a run early on, battled Deegan, even made the pass for the lead, but Deegan able to inch away. Still a good week for Best.
But what did I just
I think
see?
that's a lap ride. I think that's 48.
And that is...
We saw the 8 on a KTM right in front of him. I think it's 48. Let's see.
Yes.
All right, that is a lap rider. Yeah, for a second we thought all of a sudden we had a battle for the lead again. Yeah. So a good week for Logan Best, definitely stepping up the game, but Deegan has gone through this process. He's won a lot of titles here, and Best not quite able to hang with him. But still a solid run here, silver medal, and we've seen it shake out so many times. If you're just up front, if you're a perennial contender in the 85 ranks, things flip. You just want to be in that hunt. And you never know how it turns out when you get to the big bikes, how you go to the pros.
We saw that earlier in the 50 class. 1-1 scores, everything's looking good for Waddell, and that all went away when the bike broke.
I just even mean, yeah, in the PW class, Anderson Waddell thought he had it. And even I'm just saying, you go into the future, you know, lots of second, third place, perennial second, third place 85 riders. You switch to the big bike, it suddenly clicks for Trey Kennard, who is always, poor Trey Kennard. He'll never beat Izzy and Stroop. He'll never get there.
He did okay.
And then all of a sudden he figured it out, and he did get there. So Logan Best going to keep his head down, keep working. Aiden Deegan got it right now. Almost podium time in this moto, and Deegan looking for the 646. And Best right here.
He has run that inside, whooped out, rough line the entire moto, stay in the course, got the GoPro catching all the coverage of that. The Blue Crew Yamaha ride. Donnie Luce, they're still stoked on him, man. When he moves to the big bike, he is going to be just fine.
We don't often see our event director, Tim Cotter, up here in the tower. He's usually busy, but when there's pickles up in the tower, suddenly he finds the time.
He found him.
To give us a nice visit. Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, tonight we've got a really special night, graduation, as you know.
Yep. We got the graduation with On Track. Yep.
We're going to swear in a group of Air Force
very cool.
Special Ops warriors.
Nice. 8 o'clock tonight, the Monster Arena. We're going to swear in some Air Force warriors. That's awesome to have the Air Force hanging out with us all week down in the corner of Bender's Row. And this is prime. They said they're looking for some Type A personalities.
We got about 1,500 of them.
Yeah, I think we can find some. There's Deegan.
Wow, he just laid it into that left hand.
That was spectacular.
He just looked him off like he just broke the ankles there like Allen Iverson.
That was spectacular, the ruts. And that's what I said about Deegan, man. It's really the fundamentals. You see the corner speed in the ruts, the clutch and throttle control. I've seen him in some mud motos out here. You'd think California kid, he'd struggle.
He does have the fundamentals.
That's what always impresses me first about him. And then the other stuff, that is the cool. Yeah, that's all cool.
Freestyle stuff.
Yep. But
when it comes down to racing.
Yep. And that same thing with the rest of the Deegans. You know, Brian switching to so many different sports through the years. You don't become successful in 4 or 5 different things without understanding.
Sure.
Not just about the sizzle. Got to have the fundamentals. All right, time running out on this one. Kevin, you can take us home. Look at that pre-jump in those
bumps.
That's what I'm
talking about. He is dissecting this racetrack. He's having fun. He's making little doubles out there. Look at that. He does a little wheelie by the mechanics area. He is going to be something else now. Just fast forward about 5 or 6 years when he's in Supercross with his 3 million followers on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And he's not a bad kid. That's the cool part. You don't hear a lot of crappy stories about him and the family. They do it the right way. They stay under the radar. And at that profile of a rider and family, it would be easy to hate.
You don't hear about, exactly. I mean, they stay above the radar with the YouTube stuff, but at the track, you go to almost all these amateur races.
Never hear a thing about them.
You don't hear any.
In fact, they're done. When that race is over, the bikes are cleaned up, they hit the road. They're gone. They don't hang out, raise a bunch of ruckus. That's how you do it. That's the only way you're going to do it. There's too many cameras, cell phones out there catching, waiting for you to mess up. So he knows that. Pops knows that.
All right, they're into Storyland, and I'm headed to the podium. I'll meet Hayden Deegan. It appears down there looking for the 6 for 6.
Hey, you might make his video.
That's the goal, man. That's the goal.
Get on there. Million subscribers. That's what they're looking for. When they hit 1 million, Brian says they're giving away a KTM 85. When they hit 1 million, they're very close.
Of YouTube?
Yes.
Jeez, oh, man. Well, I'll get in there,
that'll
probably bump it up.
That'll tip them over. Join the YouTube page of Hayden Deegan. They're going to give away a KTM 85. There he is on his KTM 85 right now. He is an outstanding racer. Just lays it in that little left-hander. Couple more turns remain. Opened her up to about 17 seconds over the Blue Crew Yamaha Complete Racing Solutions ride of. Those are good. The pickles are delicious. They really are. Wygant has to take a pickle for the road. Slap you right there with that pickle. There's Hayden Deegan. 2 more turns to go. Hold up, I got to finish this pickle. So Hayden Deegan working his way to a perfect score here. And he's done it. Hayden Deegan is zipping on down to the podium. He'll do 3 interviews with different news companies. Is this what you look for there? Before he gets to Jason Wygant. And here's how the rest of the field looks. It is going to be Logan Best in that number 2 spot. Pepper should finish up in the number 3 spot. Clough, C-L-O-U-G-H, although it's pronounced Clough. Fapani 5th. Malcolm is 6th. Blecka is 7th. Gavin Betts 8th. Mason Davis 9th. And Christian Janet with those 2 falls. He will finish up in the number 10 spot. That's going to do it here from the mini senior 1 12 to 14 class. And we're coming up next with the plus 40 class, followed by the women. And we'll watch out today with the 125 12 to 17 BC. That will be a race. So don't go anywhere. Motos remain here on RacerTV and live here at Loretta Lynn's. Will toss it down to Jason Wygant, who is full sprint down to have a word with our top 3. The championship looks like this. It's Deegan, Logan Best, and Christian Janet was still able to salvage a top 3 overall, even though he finished 10th in that moto. So again, your championship, Deegan, Best, and Janet. We are done here in the tower. We're going to toss it down to Jason Wygant.
Hey, folks, got a blue Honda, license number Virginia tag ULB 4557. You have the PR2 suspension folks blocked in, and they need to leave. So a blue Honda, Virginia license number ULB 4557. Blue Honda needs to be moved by the PR2 suspension rig. We appreciate your cooperation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rodney. Well, there are a lot of battles out there. We were watching Best and Deegan chasing each other up front, and then we had about 5 riders battling for this final podium position and coming through traffic and getting it done. Rough track, made it work on the 85. Let's hear it for our 3rd place finisher, handing the bronze, Landon Peppard. Head on up to the stage there, Landon. Dude, that was a battle. There were a lot of guys to fight your way through. How were you able to make that happen?
I just was pissed off from the last moto, and I wanted it. And I knew I could do it all week, and I just wasn't performing to my capability. So I just went out there and gave it my all.
Awesome. Who do you want to thank, Landon?
Box, 100%, Pro Circuit, Dunlop, Quicks Moto Ranch, Kyle Regal, Zach Mashburn, Redline Surgical, Big Dipper Construction, Ethica, AEO Suspension, Monster, anybody else I forgot. Thank you.
Landon Peppard, 3rd place. Looking for Logan Best, who took 2nd. Come on up, Logan, and we'll give him the silver, and he did a great job in this one. Even took the lead at the beginning. It was a good back and forth battle, and the Blue Crew's got to be proud of that effort. He ends up with the silver. Let's hear it for Logan Best. Dude, you rode hard those first couple laps. You even took the lead. Were you pumped on how it was going?
Yeah, I was really happy. got a good start for once, and I was able to stay up there. And I made the pass, but I stalled the bike, which, I mean, I could have made sure that didn't happen, but I got second, so I'm pretty pumped.
All right, you're motivated to just keep digging?
Yes, sir.
All right, who do you want to thank, Logan?
My mom and dad, Yamaha, Blue Crew, Triangle Cycles, FMF, Factory Connection, JMS Motors, Dunlop, MX Tire, Monster Army, Moto E, South of the Border. I have really good trainers. 6D, X-Brand, FXR, Asterix, Garnet, and everyone else, just thank you.
Logan Best, everybody. If our hole shot winner, by the way, is around, I think he went down early after getting that hole shot. I hope he's okay. But if he wants to come up, I think it's Augustin, if he wants to come up. Meanwhile, we will clear the deck, and we are ready to crown, for the second time, a champion, a perfect score this week. Let's bring him on up. On the number 38, your moto winner and your champion is Hayden Deegan. That was big, Hayden, right over here. So let's talk about that. You had a battle on your hands early on, straight ahead. Yeah, I know. You got too many people around, man. I got to find space. Talk about that battle at the beginning.
Yeah, I got off to like a third place start. Logan ran me in dirty in that first left-hander. And I kind of just followed him from there and then waited for him to make a mistake. And he stalled his bike in the corner, so I went right around him. And then from there, I just charged it as hard as I could and checked out.
6 for 6 in the 85. What comes next for you, man?
Super mini next year, but I'm still pretty pumped that I won every moto here, so that's pretty hype.
Yeah. You don't want to just let that slip away. That's awesome. And who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, K2 Morris Brigade, Team Dunlop, mechanic Cody, mechanic Tyler, my trainer Caleb, sister and Chase, and Team Dunlop, 100%, Thor, Monster Energy, Alpine Stars, and everyone else who's helping me. Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to bring it up. This is the big one, the #1 plate. We're going to present Tad DeWalt from the American Motorcyclist Association, and there is the second #1 plate of the week for Hayden Deegan.
Thank you, sir.
1 second, we're going to get our whole shot winner up there. Good recovery. I'm going to try this. We got our whole shot real quick as Deegan takes some photos, and then he'll get to spray the champagne as well. You can walk on up there, Augustin. Yeah. Real quick, we'll have our whole shot winner, and then we'll let the Deegans have some fun up here on the stage. Well, we found him. He had the whole shot, then he went down, and a good recovery. Let's hear it for Augustin Barakara. I tried. Hey, dude, what happened there? We saw you at the lead, and I think you're upside down.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough whole shot. My back wheel came off the rod and went down.
Okay, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, who do you want to thank?
I want to thank my mom and dad, my mechanic Albert, my brother, everyone at Columbia, all the Latin guys that are helping me over here. Revo Columbia, FMF, MXR, Jep Cernix, Dunlop, the Deer Shop, Camilo Gomez, MTF, all the MTF crew, Colleen, Little Brian, Big B, Lauren, Jacob, and everyone else that is back over me. Thank you very much.
All right, let's hear it for our Stasic Whole Shot winner. Thank you, good job. Thank you, Augustin. And the stage is the Deegans, and I'm sending it back up.
All right, we are ready to go. Chris Keefer has this championship in his sights. He's got 1-1 moto scores. If he can keep, oh, wow, the whole shot rider goes to the left. Holy cow. Let's see how this all shakes down. The guy on the far left had a great start, and he could not make that right-hand turn.
James Max gets credit for the whole shot on the 99 Suzuki out of Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania.
Goodness gracious. Coming from the inside, though, we have a new leader, it looks like. The number 65 of Chris Keefer on the Yamaha, who is in control of the championship. Try to locate him. A lot of plus 40 guys running around out there.
Well, late in the day, shadows starting to play their games out here, it looks like, in the far reaches of Storyland. As we get it all sorted out, there comes the number 44 now, trying to lay chase to a top position here.
The 51 is Scott Davis with 15-10 scores. And the 44,
Gregory Paymart.
Oh, Frenchie.
Yeah, Paymart actually finishing 40th in Moto number 1. He was a front runner in that first Moto, had some sort of issue, obviously. Finished 40th, comes back for a second place finish in Moto number 2.
So there's Frenchie, the number 44, or Paymart, the number 21 in the number 2 spot. That's Jimmy Jarrett. He's got 2-3 Moto scores. He's got something cooking here because I can't find the number 65 of Chris Keefer, who was perfect so far. Wonder if he was the one that flew off the racetrack.
That's a good question.
Don't know, though. We'll check in here as they come by. Keefer's 4th. No, he's not. He is not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th place. Chris Keefer in the number 10 spot. He's coming across right now.
Scott,
take a deep breath.
Go ahead.
Nope. You
I'll
go
take
ahead.
a deep breath.
Scott Davis, your leader, 51.
There you go. Gregory Paymart in 2nd. JJ, Jimmy Jarrett is 3rd. Rob Floff in 4th. Kevin Walker now in the number 5 spot with Jason Thomas in 6th. Mike Treadwell, Barry Karsten, Ben Graves, and Chris Keefer round out your top 10.
Yeah, Keefer sits with a 10-1-1. That's 12 points, 2-3-3 for Jimmy Jarrett. Got 4 points to try to make up. Means he needs to make 4 passes. We expect Chris Keefer to make 4 passes. He should be able to get up to 6 quite easily. So no disrespect to the guys in front of him. Leader goes down. Scott Davis, the 51 machine, going to bump everybody up 1 spot. And there is Keefer in the dead center of your screen, the number 65, the blue Yamaha. So Keefer putting himself behind the 8 ball. The 56 almost goes down there. But right now, Frenchie, Greg Paymart. He made a pass going into the 10 Commandments. Wygant just loving these big pickles, man. He's all about it.
Hey, Jason, do you endorse the pickles, man?
Is that your 3rd pickle? 4th. What is going to happen to your diet? That porta potty is dangerously close.
Pickle, man, that just makes you last long.
It does.
It does. It'll stay in you for a minute.
Yeah, look at me. I'm 77 years old. Don't look a day over 51.
Yeah, done a great job. There's Paymart. The aerial shot, he is flying high right now on the number 44 machine. But Chris Keefer, 1-1-10. I think Keefer's moved up a few spots. Yeah, he's about in the number 5 spot. There's the number 85. Is that Kevin Walker? Yep. There's Walker. Keefer has gotten around Kevin Walker, but Walker trying to get back. Keefer on the 65, Walker on the yellow Suzuki, the 85. Probably giving up a few years to Chris Keefer, but check out Walker's kind of tucking in behind Chris Keefer in front of the billboards. Weech having to get a drink there. Walker going to try to go around the outside. There he goes around the outside, perhaps of Keefer. He's on the inside. Walker going to slingshot. That's a good run. Be something if he could beat the legend Kevin Walker right out of the box.
Well,
there's 15 years difference.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot of years there. Walker was a little bummed. Said his 2nd moto in this class crashed a bunch. Basically did terrible. So he's not in title contention here, Walker, but he's back with a vengeance this time, trying to move forward.
I'm sure he knows Keeper's right there, too. That'd be fun, just kind of latch on, see what you can do.
Yep.
See what Keefer now. He's now already moved into championship position. 1-1-4.
He's got Jimmy Jarrett covered at the moment if he stays where he is. But best move is to keep on riding forward. Let's see if Keefer can get it done. Be awesome to see him get that national title.
With a clean 1-1, right?
Well, that's going to be tough.
You think?
I guess not really. The gap is not that big. He's 4th, but they're pretty close to each other.
And I'm telling you what, Kevin Walker is now starting to reel him in. He was 2 spots behind him, and he is right there on the rear end of Chris Keefer.
Oh, so see, Keefer might have gotten there and said, okay, I'm safe where I am. But the problem is you got to watch what's coming up from behind.
And it is Kevin Walker, folks, not in championship contention here, but he is absolutely going to pester Chris Keefer and say, you know what, you go back to California, you're going to deal with me again next year.
Keefer might be in protect mode here, but that's not going to work. Oh, Walker almost had that pass, but he could not get through that rut clean. And that saved Keefer for now. But on the other hand, they are catching Rob Floth right in front of them.
This will be fun.
Let's
Keeper
see
on
the
the
lap
inside.
times.
There's Fluff. He's going to make that pass. Walker going to try to sneak around right with him. Keeper will get around the number 21 of, Jimmy Jarrett. They're up in second and third. There's our leader, Paymart. He's coming across. Keeper has made the pass in the number 2 spot. The 21 of Jarrett is third, and Kevin Walker is fourth.
So Keefer, a little more breathing room now. In fact, he has gone ahead of the rider for this title, Jimmy Jarrett. So that was amazing. He and Walker battling through other riders while battling each other.
Yeah, a battle within a battle.
Let's see if Frenchie Greg Paymart can hold on to this lead with Walker and Keefer trying to bear down on him. So Chris Keefer, one of the best guys in the industry, an awesome guy to talk to, hang out with. You read his stuff on Instagram, some deep philosophical things about just the joy of riding dirt bikes and sharing that with his family. And then some stuff that we can't repeat on the microphone that they get into on Mathis's Pulp Show. We call that Keefer After Dark. That's for, Keefer says there's 3 things that he loves. Dirt bikes,
cussing,
love, and sandwiches.
Okay.
So if you want advice on any of those things, dirt bikes, love, and sandwiches, those are his 3 passions in life.
Wow.
Yep.
I like sandwiches. I love them.
Well, it's all about the, as he says, the hashtag home life. Got to have that home life in order if you want good results on the weekends. And he brings it up all the time. You see these riders get married, and next thing you know, the results start stabilizing.
Sure.
He was big on the Justin Barsha gets married, then wins Anaheim 1-2 years in a row. So the hashtag home life. Whoa, Kevin Walker.
Both the feet come out.
That was like they're skis.
But he still was able to triple with the feet off the peg.
Yep. He's trying to track down Jimmy Jarrett here on the green number 21. Keefer going to try to make it 1-1-1 in the 40-plus class. As we watch his battle behind him in third, Jarrett, Walker, Barry Karsten in fifth.
How old is Kevin Walker? Got to be 50, right?
Well, he won the 50 class, so yeah. But I don't know if he's right on the line, 50 or 51 or quite a bit older.
41?
I think he's 43 now, something like that. Because he ran the 40 class 3 years ago. And then decided to come back this year because his son is racing.
That's right.
And incidentally going to end up winning a title on his own. And Keefer.
So putting some pressure on his old man, like, hey, I've already got my hardware first trip.
So Keefer, he's actually does a lot of testing for a variety of companies in the industry, everything from developing boots and handlebars. Actually had a big hand in a lot of electric bikes. Was one of the testers for Alta. I think he's working on some other electric bikes for other brands, which have to remain nameless right now. Sure. He seemed to know an awful lot about the new 2021 Honda that is just coming out. Keefer seemed to know a lot about that motorcycle.
Funny how that works.
So I'll give you the in-depth. So he says for the average guy, he finds that the Yamaha YZ450F is a great bike for the average guy. Yes. Thinks that the suspension is great. Now, we have seen some struggles with that bike at the absolute highest levels. He thinks if you're really pressing at a supercross professional level, he says on a rough track, he really likes the Cowie when you're really, really pushing. But he feels for the type of riding you wanted to do out here and try to be consistent and not ride over the limits, likes the Yamaha. So he picked that. Different horses for courses. So that's a really cool thing. He's pretty honest. Keefer testing. When he comes on Mathis's show, the videos he lays down for us at RacerX, and he gives it the full spectrum of this bike's good at that, this bike's bad at this. Pick the Yamaha here. Wanted to do some testing, wanted to change parts between motos. His crew said, no, you're not winning the first moto and then changing the bike, dude.
Right. Stay with that setting and.
Hey, shout out to Paymart, though.
He is holding strong.
He is.
I expect him to kind of go back a little bit. Yeah. Walker, for sure. I mean, it's a very good ride for Gregory Paymart.
I got to figure Keefer must have realized Walker was there because Walker caught him. And then Keefer picked up the pace, got away. Watching Jimmy Jarrett here in the 21. Longtime off-road racer. Won a lot of GNCC races in his day. Had some factory rides there. Said he came on down just because a couple buddies decided to race Loretta's this year, and now he found himself in title contention.
Treadwell's out there, and I heard him. He mentally went through, I don't think I'm going. I might go, oh, hell yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, all in one podium speech.
So good.
Yeah,
I'm
awesome.
coming back for this. You know
yeah. That was awesome.
That was cool.
I'll be back next year.
I'll be back next year, and you better be ready, because I'm going to be good in the curves, much gooder than I was this year.
That's how he said it. We actually just played it. We just played the recording.
I'm going to do good. I'm going to do jumps and stuff. I'm going to do some sit-ups. Not the way he sounds.
No, it doesn't sound at all like that.
Better watch out. Coming for you.
He's up to 6th in this moto. That's what he's saying to Karsten, who's ahead of him in 5th.
Good job, Barry Carson.
Jason Thomas,
He does
7th.
not even sound like that at all.
Not even close. Somehow he became Mike Tyson somehow. Jason Thomas is 7th. Rob Floth 8th. Ben Graves and Donald Letty round out your top 10. Scott Davis 11th. John Bolin 12th. Christopher McMillan 13th. Chad Guggenauer is 14th. And James to the max.
Look at that. Scotty Metz in the house.
That's your guy.
Yeah, way back in the day.
I remember Scott Money Metz. DMXS, I think you were trying to make a deal with the guy.
We almost had it put together.
Yes,
fell apart
a team.
at the 24th hour, 25th hour.
That is DMXS radio style all the way.
So close so many times.
Yes, exactly. That's Kevin Kelly's life in a nutshell.
You're never close. Never close. What a loser.
Okay, never. That's Kevin Kelly's life. Never even close to greatness.
Not even, never sniffed.
Never close to greatness.
This guy right here, man, he's answer gear.
Said they shipped it in overnight to win that 50-plus title, and he got 2nd. That's what he said to the podium. Anyway, fresh new 2021 gear there on Barry Karsten.
Got the Brock Glover bend on those bars there. Kind of nice.
It's still old
comfy
school.
shape there.
Yep, way in the back of the bike. There's Karsten. He is into the number 5 spot. These are 50-plus riders running top 5 in the 40-plus class. That's he and Walker and Treadwell right behind him. So our top 3 in the 50-plus are running 4th, 5th, 6th. In
Barry's got to be 53, 54, right?
Oh, yeah, way over the 50 mark. Wow. Yes, absolutely. And he's just got to keep on digging. If he wants that 50-plus title, every year it comes up either 2nd or 3rd.
Some other guy just turned 50. Come on,
yeah,
really?
Geez.
Dang it.
It's only going to get harder from here. Sorry about your luck.
Jeremy McGrath's going to pop in here for a 50 time.
Oh.
Really?
Jeez.
Jeez. There's the 31, Barry Karsten. He has done some laps here, man. He's been coming here for quite some time.
I think he was here at the very, very beginning.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
He
and
was
then
plus 40 then? In 82?
Yes, in 82 is in the plus 40 class. That's right. Yep. Yeah, had probably an RM 100, but racing the 40 plus. Imagine, I want to see the video, like the first time Barry was like, hey, I'm thinking of trying Suzuki's this year. Whenever this would have been, I don't know, like 1984 or something.
Sure.
I'll give the Suzuki a try.
Yeah. Never changed again.
And here we are, never changed again. And of course, he thanks Suzuki Contingency on the podium.
He goes, yeah, you ain't running Suzuki where I live. You ain't making no money.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Barry. The master
probably ain't making no money, I'll be honest with you.
Hey, look, he's making a statement. He's trying to run Walker down.
That's for next year, son.
Yep. I couldn't get him in the 50-plus moto, but he's going to try to do it here in the 40-plus.
Go home with that in the back of your head. If I even trained a little bit.
Think about it.
What was he talking about? The lug nuts come off my ride.
Well, yeah. So he happened to notice that the lug nuts were off of his truck, the wheel of his truck. So he said...
Kevin Walker trying to sabotage him?
Well, they're already here, so I don't think...
Did work.
Yeah. But... he honestly said he wasn't even bummed to lose the title because he just thought of how bad it could have been.
Oh, no
the
doubt.
wheel had gone flying off a machine while driving. That's unbelievable.
There's a look at Walker. There is Barry Karsten. Very nice and comfy there, laid back. Just pop that chair, the lazy boy, all the way back. Does it not look comfortable?
It does. He makes
Very
it look
relaxed.
comfortable. Yeah. He better not come in and talk to the suspension guy and say, I can't find any comfort on the bike. Well, look back.
He's looking at the suspension.
What? That little look back, a little style over that.
Sure, you know what? He was making sure that axle bolt was in.
He's just paranoid now. He's paranoid about everything. Yep.
There's the 21, man. Paymart is going to win this thing. He's got a 5-second lead over Chris Keefer now. Understood Chris could be winning the championship. Obviously, he's a smart guy, but that's a great win for Gregory Paymart.
Yep, the 44 up front. We're watching Jimmy Jarrett there in 3rd of the 21. That should be 2nd overall. And Karsten looking at 3rd overall in the 40-plus.
I don't remember him having the freeway divider stuff there. Now you can just kind of
hydro barriers.
I like that. I dig that. They can't push that stuff out of the way.
Talked to Jeff Russell and the track crew a bit earlier today about the changes that you'll see to the track for the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Opener. Once we wrap this Monster Energy Amateur National Championship, they're going to come out of the 10 Commandments here, and I think they're going to actually loop back around toward the Whole Shot Forest to get a little more lap time in, and then come back to Storyland. So they're going to hang some sort of a
I can see
right-hand turn
There's
here.
A gap right there between the two tracks way out there, and then pick up Storyland again.
But they're going to move some fences and things like that to get some more track in. Then they'll come back into the traditional Storyland, and they got to try to get the goal is to get over a 2-minute lap time.
4-mile lap.
Yeah, just keeps snaking it through the woods. Now, Jeff Russell said his goal, he wanted to have the guys jump the creek, but apparently that's not gonna happen. I don't know if creek jumps are part
legal
of
anymore. Back in the day, they were. They had
yeah, in the early days. I think creek jumps are part of
racing.
motocross.
We're not doing that anymore on motocross. The first ever Super Bowl of motocross.
With the mud holes?
The mud holes.
Mud hole.
The track maps feature about 4 jumps. There's just a jump down
but they
a
all had
straightaway.
names.
Yes, the Coca-Cola Catapult.
Yeah, the KLS Rockers.
96 Rock Coca-Cola Catapult.
That's Jarrett there in the 21, trying to bring it home in third. 3.5 minutes now left in this moto. Final one of the senior 40-plus class. Yeah, these guys are getting tired late in this one. Probably not a lot of 20-minute races back home.
Has Karsten gotten Kevin Walker? Nope. It showed 1.4 seconds last time around. But there is Barry Karsten. He's going to come around. There's the 21, and Karsten's next. There's the 31. Karsten got up to the number 4 spot. That is a great ride for a 55-year-old man.
Yeah, 40-plus class. Karsten and Treadwell are going to be 3rd and 4th overall if it ends like this.
Great rides,
in the 40-plus at over 50 years old. Yeah, that's what you love, man. These guys that just, they only know one thing, and that's racing dirt bikes. They never retired. They never stopped. And maybe they're not professionals anymore, but then they just kept racing locally and never gave it up. And Greg Paymart checking in with the leader here. Going to get himself a moto win.
He is the line.
I think Paymart's, the first moto did him in. 2-1 in the second 2 motos. 40-2-1.
Wow.
Might have been trying to get his age in there.
43.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to get his age. 43 total points. Oh, man, yeah, Paymart might have been a contender.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. Never know how it's going to play out. Yeah, I'll get the podium in this one as we wind it down here at about 5:45.
2 more motos to go.
Local
the
time.
Women's and the 125 BC. That's going to be a good one.
All right. Hey, the women's class, always a duel down to the final moto. So there is Paymart looking to pay it off, pay it forward.
Pay the piper.
Pay the piper. The piper pays him.
Pay pal. Pay less.
Kevin's going to take us to the finish line. Going to pick us up, carry him to the line.
All the way. I got you, Gregory.
And I'm going to head to the podium, and it should be a fun one with Chris Keefer, who's looking to wrap up a title, and Greg Paymart looking to take a moto win.
Yeah, they'll both go home kind of happy. Chris might be a little happier than Paymart will be. There he is, the number 44. He's going to lock down a moto win. He goes 42-1. Right by the billboards, past the mechanics area. You have to ask him, I don't know that he's ever won a moto. He beat Keefer, he beat Walker, he beat Karsten Treadwell. Not a slack here by any means. I would go straight to Nashville, man. Nash Vegas is where he's heading right after this. So here's your top 10. It's Kip Posey in the number 10 spot. Scott Davis 9th. John Boland 8th. Ben Graves 7th. Michael Treadwell 6th. Good ride for Tread. Donald Letty is 5th. Karsten up to 4th. Jimmy Jarrett 3rd. Chris Keefer 2nd place is good enough for a championship. Kevin Walker 6:30.23. All the way down. Had a crash. Bummer. But Kevin Walker with 2 crashes in 2 separate motos really put the kibosh on his chances of a top podium finish. 6:3.23, what he's running right now. But look at that. He's number 59 in points. That's a gold number.
Yeah. Interesting.
There's Paymart. Gregory Paymart has about a half a lap to go on the 44 Kawasaki. Tosses that big machine sideways. Bounces his way around the Rocky Mountain ATV beach. Got the toes cut out of those Alpine Stars, so he's put them in the sand. The Jimmy Buffett song. Tiptoeing through the tulips now as he goes up and over that step up. And the single, I guess that's a step down. It's just a big jump and it steps down. And Gregory Paymart's going to lock it down. He'll get a moto win. Chris Keefer's going to win the championship. Barry Karsten's going to finish up 3rd overall along with Mike Treadwell, who is 4th. Heck of a ride by both of those guys, giving up several years to this plus 40 class. Jimmy Jarrett going to finish up 3rd in the moto. So the checker flag comes out for Paymart. Chris Keefer does it. He's going to finish up second. He'll go 1-1-2. The championship is his. Take that back to California. Test that trophy. Jimmy Jarrett will finish third on the 21. Carson, a great ride. 4th. Donald Letty will be 5th. Treadwell just behind him. A great ride for that young man in 6th. Ben Graves, Bolin, Kip Post, and Scott Davis. That's your top 10 in this plus 40 class. We'll toss it down to Jason Wygant, who's got our winner and the champion.
Well, always fun to watch these guys, these old warriors here in the 40-plus class. And what I never want to admit is the fact that if I were racing, this would be the class I'd have to race. I'm not even going to date myself because we call these guys the old guys. Somehow I'm young, even though I'm the same age. So how about this? We got an awesome performance for a moto win. Keefer couldn't track him down. And we're going to celebrate here with the gold medal for the man we call Frenchie. He rode awesome in that one. And now I got to wonder what might have been. The first moto was a tough one. Let's hear it for our winner, Greg Paymart. Hey, we see you up here all the time on the podium, but have you gotten a moto win here before?
No, I got a second before, never a win, so.
So this is it?
This is the first one, man.
All right.
Let's pop my sherry here.
Yeah. What happened in the first moto, Greg?
Well, I had the genius idea to switch fuel to make the bike faster.
Okay.
And it backfired.
Okay.
So don't sleep a kicking dog. Don't kick a sleeping dog.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, you're always testing and improving, I know. How'd this moto go for you?
Well, you know, obviously I had a much better game pick, so always seems to get good start. The Cowie, the KX450, my bike stock. I have an FMF for me, but I don't want to scratch it, so I put my stock 5 on, you know, the nice pipes. So, you know, get up front and just rode my own race, you know, and once again, I did what I tell my student at GPMX, just slow down, hit your line, you know, and my wife is on vacation in Vermont doing a dual sport trip, so she left me a note saying smooth, consistent, and fast. So I think I got that squared away, and you know, thanks to her, she kept me in line even though she's almost in Canada.
She's riding dual sports right now.
Yeah, right now, yeah. She went on 10 days, 200-mile dirt road a day. She's a trooper.
That's quite a family. Okay, you're winning motos. She's riding a dual sport in Canada. Unbelievable. Who else do you want to thank, Greg?
Well, I took my leads this time because I forget a lot. So obviously, MKS Moto Kick, check it out. MKSmoto.com. It's my business. I make sneakers. Cool sneakers, I should say. You need some.
Oh, okay. I'm going to check that out.
Yeah. And Power Seal, Boysen, Axis suspension. Tony at Axis is awesome. Yeah, spent a lot of time with me getting back to them. Twin Air, they're here. Scott, of course, you know, the new Scotts are so awesome. You don't even see the frame. It's, you know, I don't know if you knew, but I've almost lost my eye. End of last year, I got hit by a rock. And I had surgery and all kind of BS. So this one is bionic. It's actually old stainless steel.
Whoa.
So metal.
Terminator.
Yeah, just like that. I can see what you think now.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. So I'm walking away.
Crossroad Power Sport, FXR, of course. Awesome gear. Jack of all spray, lubricant company in New Jersey. Camps Original, new graphic company. They do a great job. Walk till like 1 in the morning until the graphics are done. Awesome dude. And my buddy Tom, because there's no bike to buy. I couldn't buy a new bike.
Literally sold out.
Everything sold out. So I wasn't going to ride my old bike from last year. I could have, but my friend Tom Schindler lent me a brand new bike with 0 hour on it. Cool dude, you know, you can't really forget that guy, right?
No.
And everybody else I forget. I think I got everybody this time. So thanks to you guys for putting the event again. I know how much work it is. Well, I don't know, but I can imagine. So awesome to be here. And I'm out.
All right, that's great stuff. First ever moto win for Greg Paymart, everybody. We need you to grab the bike, though, Greg. I know you're probably tired, but you can lift that thing off the stand one more time. And we'll bring the championship machine on up. We'll get that Blue Crew machine onto the box. And let's bring up our third place finisher. Also need James Max, who grabbed our whole shot. Where's Jimmy? That's you. Just need to lay your bike somewhere. There you go. Grab that. Let's give us a whole shot award. I'll give you the big check up here. And Jimmy Jarrett, come on up as well. Let me get James first. James Max, come with me. Forget it. We're doing Jimmy first. Yeah, bring the bike up. Let's get Jarrett. This is your bronze medalist. Give him the bronze. All right, come on up. Solid week for this guy, the Kawasaki number 21, Jimmy Jarrett. Not bad. You said it's like a buddy's vacation. You come out here and almost won the title.
Yeah, it's been a blast, man. I had an awesome time riding with these guys. I looked up to these guys when they were racing motocross, so it was an honor and a pleasure racing with them, and couldn't ask for a better weekend.
All right, Jimmy, who do you want to thank, man?
Definitely Team Green Kawasaki, Fly Racing, 100% goggles, Dunlop tires, Pro Circuit, everybody back home. Thanks.
Jimmy Jarrett, everybody. Third in the moto. I think that's going to be second overall. Real quick, let's bring up James Max. He took it to Max, and he grabs your Stasic Whole Shot Award. Let's hear it for James Max. Who do you want to thank for that one, James? Head on over to the microphone over there.
I'd like to thank RM Army Suzuki, bone stock bike with a pipe, pulled a whole shot over a bunch of modded bikes, I'm sure. My wife Ashley for sticking it out this week with our 2 little kids, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old in a camper. Action Motorsports, Mike Bear, Shelby Wright, Seth Hammaker for showing me some pointers. And everybody comes to my house to ride. Anybody else wants to come and ride, you can ride.
It's a good offer. Let's hear for James Max, Stasic Whole Shot Award winner. Congratulations. And now he does it. The national champ. He came here just to hang with his son who was racing, but why not win a title while you're at it? Your national champion is Chris Keefer. You set quite the example for amateur national Heather. Her work paid off. Aiden's got to be stoked. Set quite an example for the family here.
Man, it's been a fun week. I am freaking tired, though. It's a long week. And my old ass can't handle 1 week of hanging out with my kid. He wears me down. So 1 whole week. And a week in Colorado. So, man, you have no idea how much this means to me. I know Mathis gives me crap about not meaning nothing, but it means something to me. I came from nothing, and took me 40 years to get to Loretta Lynn's. It's my second time. I'm 44 now, and I win.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
Dude, to start.
I want to let them go, because I need to talk.
Let women go. Women's class title on the line here, folks. Chris, dude, start. What the heck?
Oh my gosh, like, I felt like I was in my son's 125C class because I was locking bars with all these dudes and they were getting aggro. I was like, dude, they got a lot of built up testosterone, and I'm like, I need to mellow out. So I weaved through some stuff, got through, and just managed a race. I've been teaching my kid how to manage a race, and I didn't want to fail at that and teach him something wrong. So he was in my mind. I jumped the quad, Aiden. Holler at me later. I jumped the quad. Right. What's up? Right. And man, I had a blast. I want to really thank key people in my life. My wife, I love her so much. She's been with me for so long. My son, he inspires me. He's getting good on a bike. My best friend, Greg Loop, he is with me 24/7. Matt Servog, my best friend at home in Hesperia. And key people, Rocky Mountain ATV MC, they've stuck with me at the Keefer Inc. Testing podcast. And Steve Mathis, Pulp MX, Racer X. I'm a Racer X employee, so I think Davey should owe me a cover because this is a race, and Racer X only does racer covers. So
that's true.
Here we are.
All right. All right. That's Chris Keefer. Great story. Great follow. Plug your Instagram, your Instagram account so people can follow this good stuff.
Okay, I'll open it up.
Yeah. What? You're private?
I'm private.
No, you're not.
I gotta see who's following me.
You're private about nothing.
I don't need no hot chicks following me. I don't want none of that.
Bro, you let it all go. You already cursed twice on the podium. I can't believe you're private about anything.
Weege, I am so happy, man. I could hug everybody here. I'm just so happy. It's unreal.
All right,
I don't drink, but I may drink a beer tonight.
All right. We're going to make that happen. Let's hear it. We're going to bring Tad DeWalt from the American Motorcycle Association to the podium. Flip that #1 plate over. It's upside down. There it is, your 40-plus champ, Chris Keefer. Take it away, guys.
All right, Jason Weigand just in time for these ladies to make it around for their first lap. The whole shot goes to Double J Jordan Jarvis out of Clayton, North Carolina. She's on that SGB Kawasaki. I'll tell you straight up, they do the best work on suspension. If you are looking to have those fresh coatings, all the crazy colors, they can get it done for you. They've got a sweet running motorcycle right now. Jordan Jarvis leading this thing right now. She's got a perfect 1-1 moto score. Taylor Allred right there with her. Hannah Hodges is third. Taylor Jones fourth. Katie Benson is fifth. Brianna Sheltima sixth. Sophia Phelps seventh. Shelby Rowland eighth. Avery Berry is ninth. Brooke Whipple is 10th. Jamie Astudillo is 11th. Susan Wilson is 12th. Brittany Gagne 13th. Carrie Wilson 14th. Brinsley Dias 15th. Bryce Martinez 16th. Mackenzie Brocat 17th. Madison Taylor 18th. Anissa Ingersoll 19th. And Landry Hazen rounds out your top 20. And there she is, Jordan Jarvis, the number 30 machine. She has a perfect score going so far. 1-1-1. And our second place rider, Taylor Allred, is right there in tow. Don't expect it to get any easier for her. Look at that. Bright green SGB Babbitt's Kawasaki looking fresh. Those guys do all kind of work for Jordan. Got the bike dialed in, the suspension's dialed in. Great group of dudes all the way, I believe, from Maryland. As we look at the number 13, that is Taylor Jones. She has got Katie Benson directly behind her. She is tailgating right now. Have to tap the brakes to get her off of you. Nope, she's just going to go right around you. She's going to try anyway. Taylor Jones on that 13 machine. Little squirrely coming out of that turn. She went left and right when she should have been going straight. And we are watching Jordan Jarvis, though, as she is trying to pull away from Taylor Allred, the number 34 on the orange KTM. There's the 13 swapping left and right was Jones and Benson. And we are just a couple of laps into this. Jordan Jarvis only a 1.1 second lead. They go into the 10 commandments. Jarvis 1.1 seconds out front of Taylor Allred. And they will jump back out into Storyland. Jordan has opened it up just a bit. But there's the battle we're looking at. Taylor Jones on the 13. Katie Benson and Sophia Phelps, that's third, fourth, and fifth. And you can see the crowd lining the fence for this women's race. A full gate. Good to see a strong contingent of women's riders out here with us. The camera trained on this number 13. Taylor Jones getting a ton of camera time. Katie Benson, she's starting to pull away from Katie, though. We want to watch that battle out front with Jarvis and Taylor Allred.
I'm back. That was a cool podium there. The 40-plus guys, they know how to put speeches. Great one by Greg Paymart, first ever moto win.
That was cool.
And great stuff for Chris Keefer. Taylor Jones on that number 13, the multi-time GNCC champ, running third. Maybe had a shot at a podium in Moto 1, but crashed. Jordan Jarvis on the number 30, customary position for her out front, looking at the 1-1-1. Whoa! Got riders off the side of the track.
That's not good.
You hardly ever see riders in this section, like off the track in that section.
They obviously must have swapped, and that's Brooke Whipple, number 19. The number 63 is Brianna Sheltima. So they were battling for sixth place. Sheltima was in sixth. Whipple was in eighth.
Bummer there, but luckily it looks like both of them are getting up and they're okay. As we go back to Jarvis.
Carving up the inside of that turn, right by the mechanics area, the SGB Maxxis Babbitt's Kawasaki ride, right past a 3-story Monster Energy viewing deck.
That thing is sweet. That would have been a good place to watch those fireworks last night from.
Yeah, I feel like they added another story. It'll be 10 stories by next weekend. It'll be over the top of the trees.
On the infield.
Yeah, those trees never gonna block the view totally for us.
Monster Energy definitely brought it with the activation this year. Really redesigned the way the place looks, the cool viewing decks, the great concerts that we had on Sunday, and so much more. There's a lot of content that they're going to be churning out from this race as well. But the people around the world know just how impressive you are if you're participating in this event and how big this thing is. Jordan Jarvis.
Stretching it out. It was close. It was less than 2 seconds than it was 1.7 when they came by, but she's well over 3 seconds now. She's putting together a great lap. Taylor Allred going to have to pull it back in and go after her.
Allred there in the number 2 spot here, the 34. Taylor Jones looking for a podium in the moto, and this could be a podium overall, although we got to watch for Hannah Hodges, not the start she wanted. 9th right now. You got to figure Hodges will come through. Hodges had a great start in Moto 1 and trouble early in Moto 2 and 3.
She was up here a moment ago, so something must have happened.
Yeah, oh man, tough break for Hodges. And Katie Benson is in 4th. Sophia Phelps 5th. Shelby Rowland 6th. Jamie Astudillo 7th. Avery Berry, Hannah Hodges, and Bryce Martinez. That's your top 10. And that's all brought to you by Stasic.
There is the number 17 of Hannah Hodges as we pick her back up. She's got some work to do.
Hey, it worked. 9th. Let's see how far she's gonna have to go. She had to pick up about 5 spots to get to 3rd overall. She had to get all the way to Katie Benson to displace Taylor Jones to take over 3rd overall.
She's got 13 seconds just to reel up one rider, Avery Berry. And then they're all stacked up right in front of her, 1, 2, and 4 seconds. So she's going to have to put her head down, see what she can do with the clock she's got left. She might want to spread this offense out, Jason Wygant. You got to start throwing the ball.
Yeah, he's going to have to go with a vertical passing game, going for big chunks of yards.
Looking for a onside kick, perhaps. Not nearly as successful anymore, though.
Those are football terms. Why? What? That has nothing to do with this at all. That's football. This is motocross.
Still following her, though, the number 17 of Hannah Hodges.
Yeah, we'll see if she gets some other riders in her sights. You mentioned Avery Berry had a pretty big gap. Let's see the lap time now. Hodges down to a 2:13, but Berry a 2:12.
She actually increased it to 15 seconds.
So Hodges not closing in.
3.7 seconds for Jordan Jarvis out front of Taylor Allred, as the effects of the pickles now looming on Jason Wygant. I'm sure some things going on in your body. You have 4 pickles that are the length of your hand. So we're talking about 18 inches of pickles.
Yeah, but the human body is like 9 miles of intestine. We're good, man. That's barely even getting started.
One little traffic jam and we got problems full of pickles.
Look, this is what you train for all year. You come out here, you push the body to the limit. You got to be able to just survive that.
Take the 4 pickles.
Yeah, recovery is for next week. Preparation is for the previous week. But where you're here, you got to live in the moment. And we put our bodies through a whole lot. You probably are thinking that's ridiculous, but you got to. I mean, we're catching meals anytime we can, catching sleep anytime we can, caffeine any way we can. Although I have to say, we are not nearly the grinders that we were 15 years ago.
This has by far been the most pleasurable race to call. It's been as easy for us as you can make it.
Yes, and
all things considered.
I and Wes Williams from Verb Moto hastily avoid each other so we don't have to bring up the subject of, are we going to shoot any of these MX Sports Center shows? I don't want to know. You don't want to know. He doesn't want to know.
Just act like it didn't happen?
Yeah, exactly. That was a joke. We're psych.
We're just fun.
We were never planning on doing those shows. Yeah, it's really
here.
It's really fun, relaxing. I got to say, I know where I'm headed tonight. I'm hanging out at the Keefer compound, who just won that 40-plus class. As Chris says, he does not drink ever, but I'm sure there'll be a fun celebration over there anyway. So that'll be cool to check in with him. Jarvis, she's going to celebrate as well if she can hold on, leading Taylor Allred by 5 seconds. Allred needs a moto win and some help to get it. Taylor Jones still running strong in 3rd. I'm impressed. Jones, I guess she did start as a motocross racer back in the day, but now races GNCC and the Full Gas Sprint Enduro Series.
She does pretty well.
Yeah, she really lit the world on fire for a couple of years, is winning all the races or nearly all the races. Also rips on the E-mountain bike. But now on a rivalry with Becca Sheets in GNCC, and they duel every weekend. And remember Mackenzie Tricker?
I do.
On the motocross side, she's in there with them. Barkbusters and banging Barkbusters every weekend, I guess I should say, those 3.
That's the safest way to do it.
Yep. So there's, wait, is that Jones in the 13? Yes, that is Taylor Jones in the 13. On the right side of your screen.
Number 74 just behind her. I believe she might have gone a lap down. There's Jones. Phelps and Benson just out of screen.
And I have been lapped at many a GNCC by Taylor Jones, I can tell you that. That's when you hook in, hitch a ride, learn from them, and then I just match their pace the rest of the day is what I do.
I literally will hitch a ride. I was like, hey, can I just ride?
Yeah, that would be, could you just tow me?
I was kidding. I'll leave my bike.
I just get on the back.
Yeah, literally.
Well, might do that.
Literally.
Jarvis with the race clock winding down, looking for a title. I'm going to do a quick search into the Hall of Fame here.
Okay, see how many she's
Still
got.
get those programs. I think it slipped away last year. It was highly contested going into the final moto, and the championship, I believe, switched over or flipped over late to Jasmine Canfield. Canfield not here. I think she's still out with injury. We had her actually helping as one of our apprentice announcers at Daytona earlier this year. And shout out to our buddy David Iser at DMXS Radio, who always helps us out with a call at the Ricky Carmichael Amateur Supercross. And waiting on Jarvis, clicking the laps off, just wants to make sure this thing does not slip away. I know Jarvis has some goals. She wanted to qualify for a national against the boys in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross last year. Got to assume she's going to pick up that challenge again, maybe starting next weekend right here at Loretta's. JJ, Jordan Jarvis.
There it is.
Working on her 5th career championship. She won the girls class in 2014 and 2016, and also won the women's class at the same time in 2016, and then also in 2018.
Played up, if you will.
Yeah, yeah.
That's impressive. She's always been great on a motorcycle, making that SGB Maxxis Favets Kawasaki ride looking fresh.
We cruised by their pit last night. Bunch of really fun guys over there.
Yeah, I like those guys.
The SGB.
They're in it for the love, man. They came out of nowhere, too. They're doing everybody's stuff.
Yes.
The fancy, cool-looking stuff.
Yeah, they got a great team in Supercross with Alex Ray, riders like that, AJ Catanzaro. And if you folks watched Red Bull Straight Rhythm last year, a lot of those retro-look 125s were actually built, or really, a couple guys built their own, but for the most part, those replica bikes were built by SGB Racing. They spent a lot of money just because it was cool.
Just to make it.
They didn't sell those bikes or anything.
Nope.
And they also backed Jarvis. He's trying to win this title here.
They're the ones doing my suspension for my 89 KX.
Oh, really?
5, yep.
Yep.
Awesome guys.
And guy who runs that team is a cop in Baltimore.
Is he still a cop?
I can't remember if he's still doing that anymore. I believe he retired, and this is what he did. And I asked him, Baltimore, you do the Wheelie Boys up there, and I said, what? He told me, he actually told me of some of the police chase tactics of how you stop someone from running from you on a motorcycle.
How do you do that? Don't want to let it out, cat out of bag?
You get beside him in a car. I'll just put it that way. You get up next to him in a car, and then there's not much they can do. You got advantage car. You get to that situation. You just try to squeeze him a little bit. You don't hurt him.
Sure.
You just let him know that if you want to get aggressive, you're going to lose, so you better stop.
Undefeated is the car versus
yeah,
motorcycle.
exactly.
I would imagine.
So that's the folks over there at SGB Graphics. Yep, retired police officer, started a motocross team. Jarvis is on it. They're looking for a title. You can see their rig near the pool, which is not open this year, but you know where the pool is.
Near Matt Walker's place up there on that main track there.
Really fun group to hang out with. We saw Tennessee's own A-Ray, Alex Ray, hanging out with him down on the track earlier in the week. A-Ray will be racing for him next weekend in the pro race. Jarvis trying to wrap this up ahead of Allred, Jones, Phelps, Benson. Hodges not able to make moves. She's still stuck in 9th after early trouble.
Yeah, she still needs to make 4 more passes to jump up into that top 3. So
yeah,
not sure it's going to happen. Hodges still 14 seconds back of Shelby Rowland. So now 10 seconds. Still don't think it's going to happen there. But Jordan Jarvis making it happen. 10 seconds out front of Taylor Allred.
Hey, you know what we like to say in the younger kids classes, the boys generally, we always say they don't have the old school names.
Right.
So I want to give a shout out to 20th place, Susan Wilson.
That's great.
One of the few just...
What about the lovely Sophia?
Sophia, yes, yes. Susan Wilson.
Wow, Carrie.
Standard name.
Carrie.
Yeah, but not Karen. Don't say Karen. Karen's an insult these days. There's
Susan Wilson.
I don't see any Karens in this field.
Nope.
Okay, Karen.
A little more classy are the ladies, would you say? Or just...
Yeah. Oh, the names.
Yeah, the names.
Yeah, but they got the uniqueness.
Do we
That's
have
what I'm
Ginger
saying.
out there?
Is there a Ginger out there? What I'm saying is,
impressive.
This class has the uniqueness of the female names, first names, just like you see in the men's class that's moving up now.
Right.
You don't get a lot of standard women's names. It's a lot more creative these days, just like the boys' names that we see.
We have Eleanor out there, Eleanor Ogden.
Eleanor, okay, we do have an Eleanor. Okay. Out front, Jordan Jarvis, 2 to go, says Jeff Canfield, MX Sports and the AMA.
Man,
2 to
get
go.
him to do that every time. He has the radio. We could have totally
we
made
have one moto to go on a Friday, and we finally are getting hand signals that there are 2 to go.
Jeff Canfield.
There's a couple things we will never figure out. How to see the flag that is right beneath us in this tower. We have not figured this out in 15 years.
We need one of those big
announcing
round
this race.
convex mirrors that you see to try to look around the end of a corner. We can stick that over here on the side of that right there.
That is true. Kevin Kelly and myself, Jason Wygant, 15 years. We've announced this starting 05. And here we are in 2020.
Nothing's changed.
Nope, not improving our lot in life at all. And what people don't know is we are in this tower. We stay here all year.
Yes. I will commute. You'll come back, and we'll go back and forth. We change it around. Obviously, we put our living equipment in here.
Yes, but we live in this tower.
Yes.
And then for 1 week, we announce the race. It's out
Clear
front of the
everybody out. Please take your shoes off when you come in here. Just respect our living space.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, it's 2 stories. I like that. We got our work room downstairs, and the hangout room, party zone,
where we get it down
is up here. Yeah. Jordan Jarvis has a lap and a half to go to win her 5th championship here at Loretta Lynn Ranch, and I will greet her on the podium if she holds on. Taylor Allred, time is running out on salvaging this one. Looking for a solid 2nd right now is she.
So it's a good news, bad news scenario for Jordan Jarvis. She's going to win the championship. That is the good news. The bad news is the man that has to, thankfully, socially distance, hand her the awards and talk to her, Jason Wygant. Thankfully, social distance has kind of put a curve on how miserable that experience is as we work towards a championship for the number 30, Jordan Jarvis, out of North Carolina. The SGB Maxxis Favets Kawasaki ride ripping right along. 1 minute to go before we see the white flag, or we should see the white flag this time around. And Double J Jordan Jarvis is going to go a perfect 1-1-1 moto sweep. Mom's back home working, I'm sure, in a cubicle. Maybe she's back at the house. Who knows? I guarantee you she's watching this. 1 more to go, white flag. Up and over, she's got to work her way around some lap traffic. She's out to a 15-second lead. I'm sure Dad has the pit board flashing that information as she works her way to the mechanics area as Jeff Canfield just flat guzzles some Dasani water. He put that down. Watch Jeff Canfield just chug that water, just turning it up. It's been a rough, long day for Jeff. He's handling business. He is the timekeeper here, keeps everything moving along. Along with Roy Jansen at Pro Motocross, he and Jeff Canfield handling business. As we watch the number 30, Jordan Jarvis, the blue flags are out saying, kindly, if you would, slide to the left or right as Miss Jarvis is making her way through. Jordan will make her way one more time through the 10 Commandments, through the smoke. She'll triple out. And Allred back about 17 seconds. Sophia Phelps is 3rd. Taylor Jones 4th. Katie Benson 5th. Avery Berry 6th. Jamie Astudillo is 7th. Shelby Rowland 8th. Hannah Hodges 9th. Vivian Contreras round out our top 10. But the lady of the hour with that flow green plastic, it is Jordan Jarvis. Cruise on over to SGB and let them bang out some suspension for you if you want those crazy colors on the fork legs, all the Cerakote, all the cool stuff. Those guys are where you need to start. They are here. They can ship it anywhere. They have my forks, my 31-year-old forks. Can't wait to see what those look like. Jordan has but about a half a lap to go. And she is going to knock this one out. 1-1. It's going to be her 5th title. How about that? That's building quite the resume here at Loretta Lynn's. Here she comes. She's over that single. She's got the Polysport sweeper, and she's going to call this one done. Go get that pedicure, get the nails done. She's had to knock those out of the way here for the last week. Now she can pamper herself with some of that Team Green Kawasaki contingency money. Go to the spa. You earned it. Jordan Jarvis, congratulations. You are the champ. 1-1-1 moto scores. She will best the number 34 KTM of Taylor Allred as we continue to watch the riders file through the finish line. There is the number 34, Taylor Allred. She will finish up second overall, 3.22 scores for Taylor Allred. Now we're looking for the number 13 of Taylor Jones. 6.34 score should be good enough for third. Nope, that's Phelps in the number 3 spot, but Jones will finish up third overall. And that'll do it here from the tower. We're going to get ready to toss it down to Jason Weigand. We have but one more moto left on the day, and that's going to be a doozy. The 125, 12 to 17 BC. Jason Weigand, what do you have going on?
Well, we got a podium celebration and a championship celebration all at once here for Jordan Jarvis. And I think we had a flip of that third place position late in the race, correct? Taylor Jones will be third overall, but I believe Sophia Phelps, slipped in there for late in the race to take that podium spot in the moto away. So we'll get Phelps up here. And Taylor Allred, a good job all week, consistent. She will be second. Great charge. We'll bring Phelps on up for third. Never gave up on it. Down to her very last moto. She pulls out bronze. All right, we'll get this podium show going. We'll start with our third place finisher. She picked up an extra spot late, leaps from fourth to third. And there is the bronze. Let's hear it for Sophia Phelps. How'd you make that pass late in the game? One sec. There you go.
You know, that was all thanks to my dad for being an awesome mechanic and, you know, giving me good pit board messages like, you got this. And also CrossFit Dixie back home, they've really gotten me to a good fitness level where at the end I can charge and put down some of my best laps at the end of the moto.
Well said. You proud of that? You happy with it?
Yes. Yeah. I'm so stoked, honestly.
That is what we like to hear. Who do you want to thank?
I like to thank Rocky Mountain ATV, MC, Fly, Fast Company, Factory Connection, my awesome parents, family, and friends, RMX Series, R&D, Kyle Lewis, MX Academy, Scott, DT1, Mika Metals, and the Bar family, and Lewis family, and Aggressive Excavation. So thankful for all those guys and everything they do for me. Thank you very much.
Very good. Let's hear it for Sophia Phelps. We're bringing up second place in the moto, and I believe it's second place in the champ. She rode hard, looking for Taylor. Let's bring up the KTM rider, finishing up with the number 2 position. Let's hear it for Taylor Allred. All right, Taylor, tell me about that one.
Yeah, I got off to a good start, paced behind Jordan. I made a pass on her in 10 Commandments. I made a mistake, and she got around me again, but it was a fun race, and hopefully come back stronger next year.
Yep. Who do you want to thank?
The whole KTM Orange Parade crew, my mom, my dad, Fly, Dunlop, Hope and Nate, Monster Army, Pro Taper, Ethica, and anyone else I forgot. Thank you.
Taylor Allred, second place. Congratulations on that. Orange Brigade is happy. And now we will present for the 5th time in that championship to JJ. Let's bring her on up. We got a lot of fun here, I'll tell you what. Hey, line the fences for this. This is a big deal. Come on up. She did it all. She got the Stasic Hole Shot Award. She gets the moto win. She gets the national championship. Let's hear it for JJ Jordan Jarvis. Woo. They brought a leg down here for the sign like that one in the Christmas Story movie. Oh, she is stoked. Man, last year's championship was so tight, so close, such a nail-biter. Were you thinking about this 365 days of getting back up here and getting it?
I definitely needed it. I had a rough week last year. I think I came into it with a 2-2-1, and the championship came down to the last lap, and unfortunately I didn't get it. It was a heartbreaker, but it definitely makes us win a heck of a lot smoother.
Your crew, by the way, that seems like a real fun-loving group that you got to hang out with this new team.
Oh, for sure. The whole SGB, Kawasaki, Monster, Babbitt, Blood Racing, Recluse, everybody over there at the SGB team is really doing hard work, especially for me on the amateur side of it when they're pro team. But they're definitely keeping everything light and enjoyable for me.
We saw you try some pro nationals last year. You're going to give those another whirl this year?
For sure. I'm definitely going to. And then my first one of this year is actually going to be here next weekend.
All right. Hey, you got the track dialed. You got the track dialed. Awesome. Who do you want to thank for this title?
My mom, my dad, my mom and sister are actually at home watching right now. Monster, Scott, Atlas, Pro Moto Billet, Recluse, Engine Ice, Blood, South Fork, NCMP, County Line, Cow Branch, Risk Racing, SOB. Everybody, all the local tracks around my house right now, they've been doing a lot of work for me, letting me come out when when they're not really open. So they're doing a lot for me to help me get ready for the races and the nationals, and everyone else. Mike, Alex Ray's mechanic, helped me get my bike dialed this week. So everyone, thank you very much. This win is all because of you guys.
Jordan Jarvis, everybody. And I will bring Mike Burkeen from the AMA to the stage. He will present the #1 plate. Your national champion in the women's class, Jordan Jarvis. Take it away, Kevin.
Perfect timing, Jason Wigan, as the final moto of the day fires off of the starting line. Max Boland is right there in the hunt, but Sage Lewis will be credited with the whole shot, the 35 out of Destin, Florida. It is Max Boland already out front. Here comes the 42, trying to change up the script here. That's Gage Linville. Crockett Myers somewhere out there as well. There he is, the number 17. There's the 42 on the inside of your screen, the left side of your screen. That is Linville. The 17, it is Max Boland. Wyatt Bass, we need you to the MX Sports trailer ASAP. Wyatt Bass, please report to the MX Sports trailer. And Charlotte Williams, we need you to the MX Sports trailer as well. Wyatt Bass and Charlotte Williams, please report to the MX Sports trailer. Wyatt Bass, Charlotte Williams. Here we go. Gage Linville on the number 42 machine, trying to get around to 35. They are still battling, and Linville finally able to cap that pass. The number 17 of Max Boland, not too far out front. Boland and Linville, 1-2 here. That one lap in the books. There's the 35, one lap almost in the books. Try to get these guys set up. There's Boland. Obviously, he's got a perfect score. Linville is in the number 2 spot. He's got to get a win. That is Sage Lewis. Should have known that. He got the whole shot. Bryce Shelley is 4th. Jesse Jacobson is 5th. Jordan Beast is 6th. Larry Reyes is 7th. Talon Hawkins is 8th. Crockett Myers is 9th. Avery Long is 10th. Brock Walker 11th. Cade Rip 12th. Noah Stevens 13th. Blake Gardner 14th. Matty York is 15th. Cade Switzer is 16th. Dominic Vaccarello is 17th. Michael Corcoran is 18th. Aiden Shy is 19th. And Hawk Man rounds out your top 20. Let's see if Gage Lewis can do it. Can he beat Max Boland? He has been unable to do it, but he is dangerously close. They have been very consistent. 1-1-1 scores for Max Boland. 2-2-2 scores for Gage Linville. Folks, he just skimmed those last 2 whoops, and Linville is on the move. Sage Lewis still in that number 3 spot. The 34 of Bryce Shelley 4th. Jesse Jacobson rounds out your top 5. And Gage Linville is going after the number 17 of Max Boland. Pair of KTM Orange Brigade riders. Linville very, very close here. He's actually reeled him in just a tad. Rodney Tomlin comes reeling right on in here as well. Middle part of the racetrack. the number 17. We're watching him up and over the step up. He'll jump into view, working his way around the big Paula Sport sweeper. The move yesterday was to jump that single up and over that big roller. Not anymore. Finish line turn, that's where you'll find our leaders. Bolin and Linville running 1-2. It's a different filter on our camera there, an Instagram filter. And really no change in the running order. Bolin, Linville, Bryce Shelley third, Sage Lewis, Larry Reyes. I take that back. Hawkins has jumped up to the number 6 spot. He's moved up a few spots around Jordan Beast. Jesse Jacobson is 8th. Crockett Myers is 9th. Rounding out your top 10 is Brock Walker. One of the more competitive classes you'll see, the 125, 12, 17 BC class. Max Volan leading out right now. You can ride a 125. You can ride just about any motorcycle. It takes so much skill. Throttle control, keeping the bike on the pipe. Linville continues to bounce through those last few whoops on those 10 commandments. They have motored out to about a 6 or 7 second lead over Bolin and Linville. So the 111 moto scores for Max Volan. That's if you were to freeze the field, he would be the champ. 222 scores for Linville. Solid in the number 2 spot. Cool me off there? No, I don't want that, I'm sure. Larry Reyes with 3, 4, 5 moto scores. No, I'm good. Talon Hawk. I'm very thirsty for that. No, I'll sit back. I will wait till the official checker flag. Then I will. Max Volan, 1.5 seconds. You have your bad influence, man. Last race of the day. Championships up for grabs. Volan has some points to give, but Gage Linville does not care. He's got him directly in his sights. He is less than a second, 0.9 hundredths of a second by the billboards. You can pick him up. The screaming 125 of Gage Linville in that number 2 spot is going to make a go of it. The towels are going wild in the mechanics area. And Linville has a shot. This is as close as we've seen, man. He is right there. We just going to tag in. You want to jump in?
Man, we got that monster tower bumping next to us. Somehow, with the screaming sound of 125s, a headset with my own voice in my ear, and a door closed, and the air conditioning on, I can still hear that bumping, and I cannot help. I cannot stay in one place.
Wow. You got some rhythm there, man.
I can't help it.
Got the flow.
There are a couple dudes outside this tower that are looking to party so bad. I don't know who they are, but they're ready to rip.
Yeah, all those guys down here.
Yes, they're right next to that. They're hearing the music. They're bumping. They're bouncing. They're pumped. We're going to have a good time.
Hey, speaking of pumped, check out Talon Hawkins back in the number 5 spot, the 33 machine, having a fairly good roll through the second moto. We saw him finish 7th in moto number 1, a 3rd in moto number 2 as he scored. And then late yesterday, we also saw some great racing out of him in another class. So right now, he's in that number 5 position, was 0.2 of a second behind Reyes, and turning about a half second faster lap time there. So that could be pretty exciting back there for 4th.
And it was back in 9th on the start, so Hawkins is on the move. Has not gotten to jump up and run with these guys. He's Husqvarna's hired gun in here. But the 2 KTMs have just been really tough off the gate. They've been top 2 or 3 off the gate, which has definitely helped them. And Linville would love a shot at leading this thing.
You got to the West Coast, everybody's all stoked on Talon Hawkins, a real likable personality. Now seeing him up on the podium every couple of motos here, you really see it, man. Yeah. He's a real fun kid. Has a good time. 3rd, whatever position he gets, he's still smiling up there. So that is cool.
Wyatt Bass. We need to see you. Wyatt, I caught you a delicious bass. We need to see you.
Wyatt Bass.
Priority.
Charlotte Williams also to the office. All right, to the MX Sports office. That's the gray mobile home office trailer. behind our announcer's tower, Wyatt Bass and Charlotte Williams. Wyatt Bass, Charlotte Williams to the MX Sports office trailer. We got a new car, a convertible for both of you, so please come on down and claim that.
Well done.
Don't want to not go.
Yeah.
Reyes answering to the call of Talon Hawkins. He rises to the occasion. Looks like they're pushing up on third right now, so we've only got 1.1 seconds separating third, fourth, and fifth place right now.
Actually, Charlotte Williams, you need to move your car. I think I got that wrong.
Yeah,
We're not
okay.
giving you a new
Totally
car. You're going to move your car, or you're going to need one, because we might just tow it away. So, Charlotte Williams, move your car. Wyatt Bass to the office. Maximus Voland going to be headed to the podium. We're watching this battle.
That's a great race. Coming out of those 10 commandments to 34. That is Bryce Shelley, Reyes, and Talon Hawkins really making a push there. Reyes, elbows up on that Yamaha, the number 4 machine. I believe he got passed by Hawkins.
Megawatt and I were calling one of Reyes' motos earlier this week. He is aggressive on that Yamaha. Oh, Hawkins.
Oh, slick.
Slick, yeah. Slipped to the inside on Shelley, taking over third.
And he went from 5th to 3rd in 1.5 turns.
Gage Linville up ahead in second, but they got a long way to go to get to him. So this might be it. Might be 3 riders for the last podium spot available in this one. I'm thumping to this monster music outside, and Kevin's just bouncing to the rhythm of watching these 125s. Working through the sand. Here comes Reyes, working the high line of the number 4. See if he can make this happen.
They're not really hucking this thing. It's gotten so G'd out, nothing really to land on in that single to flat, basically is what you're looking at. Your leader's going past us, and Linville kind of lost touch there. That was a pair of good laps by Voland. 2.3 seconds. That's about as far as they've been apart, but this battle's not going anywhere.
This jumps got G'd out. I remember when you got G'd out for a couple of years.
Yeah, I went.
That was your style for a while. I don't know what happened, man.
I'm from the Atlanta, man.
Yeah, that's true. That is.
You know,
Hot Atlanta.
Yeah.
Hot Atlanta.
The ATL. So
ATL.
It just got you, man. It just got you.
I got caught up in it, man.
Yeah, when you're all
G'd out. Opened up a recording studio, got shot 3 times. I gave it up. I was like, man, this is not my life, man.
I'm not Tupac. I'm not Tupac.
No.
Yeah, you got all. He used to come in. It was weird, man. When he's promoting Bremen, always in a limo, man. The window would roll down.
Yep, I'd roll up, announce the race from the limo.
Yeah, that's right. Never really saw him. Just super tense on that thing.
It was old, it was an older limo. Couldn't afford the nice new one. Town car.
You did have that limo story with Wes Kane.
Yeah, we picked up a limo at
Texas?
Lake Whitney.
Lake Whitney. Yeah.
Dana Kellstrom.
Yes, the old
real estate mogul from Los Angeles. His kid was a sea rider. He was a billionaire essentially. And Wes goes, he got on the mic, goes, "Hey, Dana Kellstrom, there is a limo for sale at the beer tent. Buy it." 30 minutes later, he walked over, bought it, gave us the title. I canceled my flight home. And me and Steve Carnegie drove it all the way till it broke down to Shreveport, Louisiana, which is not the place for me. Steve goes, "Stay in the car. I'll handle this."
All right.
5 hours later, we gave him some Hennessy, took care of the mechanical parts of the deal, and off we go. Me and Steve Carnegie made it all the way to Atlanta. It was hanging out of my garage. It was 25 feet long, 6 doors. Whatever happened.
Limo. You owned it.
Yes, and Wes Kane took it over and did all the fleck paint, did all the whatever to it.
That limo is a Wes Kane vehicle all the way. Larry Reyes finally able to make it stick on Shelley here.
I was like, that guy just gave up right there.
Yeah, we had another guy cruising around the side of the track. So there is Reyes of the number 4 Yamaha, able to get around Shelley on the 34 around this Thor Beach. And Shelley coming right back at him.
Wow, the golden hour. Look at that, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
We need to get on our khakis and our white button up and go take a picture right by the beach. All of us a little.
Yep. Dressing much nicer than we ever would in real life. I always love how you do those family photos looking like you never actually look.
Ever.
Yes. Here are some great memories of us like we never actually were.
Been. Why don't you put us in some flip-flops, arguing with each other, wondering what we're going to eat.
Yeah, just the same T-shirt 3 days in a row. Yes.
There's the number 4. It's still Larry Reyes. He has not changed his number or the bike. Goes past the mechanics area. He's thought about it.
He's had enough time this moto, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of time to think about that.
Changing the number?
Yeah.
Moto?
Yeah.
Wow.
On the bike. There's the 17, a great shot of your leader to your left, and the number 4 of Larry Reyes. That was very artistic.
One more time, I'm going to mention Wyatt Bass to the MX Sports office. Charlotte Williams to the MX Sports office. That's the gray office trailer out behind our announcer's tower. So it looks like finally Reyes has put the 34 Shelley away. He's pulled away. Brock Walker is 6. Aiden Shaw, Sage Lewis, Jesse Jacobson, and Avery Long rounding out your top 10. Blake Gardner, Jordan Bees, Miles Gilmore, Noah Stevens, and Crockett Myers rounding out your top 15. Brought to you by Hoosier Tire.
Man, Crockett Myers in 5th overall, a 4.615.
Go ahead.
Man.
Not the way you want to finish out his week. His dad will probably make him walk the first 4 or 5 hours home. Then he'll pick him up.
Yeah.
Let Rocky kind of drive behind him, playing some music, get him hyped up.
Yep.
You got to drive back to Texas, so you're going to earn it.
Wyatt Bass and your family to the MX Sports office. Not just Wyatt, but his whole gang.
Bring the whole family.
Yep.
Aunts, uncles, grandmas.
That's Talon Hawkins right there. Now to the Rockstar Husqvarna team. Put a little pressure on you when you get that ride. You had Jalik Swole winning our Nikki Hayden Amateur Horizon Award a year ago. And if they were to decide the award as of now, it'd have to go to Styles Robertson, who has a Pro Sport title already. But more racing in the Pro Sport divisions to come tomorrow. But this team has really been rising to the top of the amateur ranks as of late. And Talon Hawkins has now been picked up by those folks. We'll see how they develop this talent.
Talent Hawkins. Hey-o.
Oh, how about that? A little confusing to have Talon Hawkins battling against Maximus Voland. His dad
Talon.
is
Maximus.
Talon. Yeah. So there is Talon Hawkins in that 33. Not going to be able to catch Gage Linville.
Evan
but
Perry
maybe actually, wait a minute. He's been doing work. Linville had a problem. Linville had a bad lap.
1.8 seconds back.
Linville must have crashed. He ran a 2:11. He was running under 2-minute lap times.
He's caught him.
Hawkins is there.
Blood in the water. You know he knows that's Linville.
And Larry Reyes not going away in 4th. Number 4 lurking. Lap rider nearly in the way of Linville. So Linville's got to dig deep down the stretch, hold Hawkins off. And 5 minutes left in this final moto.
They tested for every scenario down at MTF. And about mid-moto, Big Brian will just jump on top of a rider.
Really?
Make him deal with that kind of adversity. Yeah. You got to be ready for any
and
type
what it's
of
like
scenario.
To get back up and find your pace again.
Yes, immediately. Yeah, 10 seconds, crank the bike up. Here comes Talon Hawkins.
Oh,
almost stalled that bike. It was on its way to getting stalled. He was able to keep it moving and put it in gear, grab the clutch. Gage Linville up and over that step up. The sun has got to be right in their eyes right there. You're just going blind. And that's probably a big reason why they're not jumping this big single to roller or whatever you want to call it, because you just can't see. You're flying blind there. Just flying with your instruments, right?
That's right. Using the instruments. Pilots are used to that kind of thing. It's not nearly as scary as it seems. The windows are so darn tiny on planes anyway.
Yeah, who uses
Probably have to. Linville, I think, is recovered.
Hawkins, though, is latched onto him. Larry Reyes would love to get up there and fight as well.
Yep.
I'm guessing that tinted or amber lenses or something are what you're running here late in the day as the sun hits you square in the face on several jumps.
Yeah, but it's dark back here, so
yeah,
you're trading one for the other. They've come a long way with the goggle tints to have them that some of them are even light sensitive to help you back there.
Maybe that little chrome strip across the top, like on the cars, like on the caddies.
Is that what you had in that limo?
Yep.
I had that limo. Wes Kane actually painted the window, painted the windshield. It was a really strange opaque windshield.
Fly by just instruments.
Really strange.
How do you see through the paint?
So there they are, through that long short shoot into the 10 Commandments. And Hawkins not able to gain any more on Linville. This is going to be a showdown for second in the moto. It won't affect the overall. Hawkins, that bad first moto, 7th, going to make it tough for him. Reyes holding down 3rd overall, Linville 2nd, and Voland making our math easy with the 1-1-1.
Hawkins, one of the cool kids at Mammoth. They do the vintage and vet guys the first 3 or 4 days. And his dad will race, and he and his dad will both line up on like 40-year-old motorcycles in the vintage class. Open face helmet, the old school leathers and stuff. He doesn't take it so seriously. He cannot go have fun on the vintage stuff.
Megawatt just probably flew up to this tower hearing that. He's so excited over that idea of putting one of those. I tell you what, holy cow.
Okay.
You put them on that bike, okay? Oh, Megawatt's stoked on that idea.
Okay. Okay.
You put one of these young kids on an old bike, Megawatt's sold.
He's my guy. Well, he's going to like Talon Hawkins.
All right, so here it is. Time running out in this one. And Maximus Voland, is this it? Is this the 6 for 6, or he's got one more to go?
I feel like he has one more to go.
I think he might
haven't
have
seen
one more
enough
to
of
go,
him
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Wow, Hawkins, the rider in front of him was standing up with a foot off the peg.
White flag is out, and so is Jason Wygant.
Out. What's that guy's name? He goes, whatever, out.
J-Dub out.
No. Yes, Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan
Seacrest
out. Ryan Seacrest.
So cool when you do that. You should totally do that.
Wygant out now.
That's why you need to go in and out of break with Grant Langston. Whoa. Wygant out. And right. No, don't do that.
All the signature moves.
Yes. There's the 17 of Max Vohland on this white flag lap. Final go around for Vohland. He's got a comfortable lead, 19 seconds out front of Linville. Linville barely edging out Talon Hawkins after that mid-race miscue. Track is just absolutely chewed up. The sun is out right in their eyes. It's setting. You're earning this championship if you're on a 125, so it is all hands on deck to get this thing to the finish line.
Well, Kevin, taking a look at these results, some consistency with 111, 222, 344 for our top three. Even Talon Hawkins was a 733 right now. Not too far out of the inconsistent mode as he will finish up 4th overall. That 7 kind of took him out of a top 3 overall position. But, man, I tell you, as the week has gone on, Hawkins has really showcased some great talents here for us. But, man, you can't take anything away from that rider right there. The number 17 of Maximus Vohland as he finds his way around the final 2 turns here at Loretta Lynn's in this 125 12 to 17 BC class. As he makes his way around the final turn and crosses the finish line, it's 1-1-1, 3 wins for Max Vohland and the 125cc 12 to 17 BC National Championship. A 19-second lead as they headed into the final lap over Linville. Hawkins and Larry Reyes now about 3 seconds behind Hawkins. Bryce Shelley rounding out the top 5. You out now? And of course with Bryce Shelley in 5th, Brock Walker in 6th, Aiden Shive in 7th, Avery Long in 8th, Miles Gilmore in 9th, Jesse Jacobson rounds out your top 10. Again, your overall will score like this: Vohland 111 in with the championship. Gage Linville will be 2nd overall with a 222. Larry Reyes will take 3rd overall with a 4th place finish in this moto. Talon Hawkins goes 3rd in the moto, so we'll be talking with Jason Wygant. Will score 4th overall as far as the championship is concerned. Miles Gilmore will score 5th with 6.79s. Crockett Myers 4.613 scores 6th overall. Avery Long 9.98 is 7th. Matty Jorgensen 5.519 for 8th. Bryce Shelley a 19.10.5 for 9th. And Brock Walker a 16th, a 14th, and 6th here in the final moto will round out the top 10 in the overall for that rider as we wrap things up here on this Friday. Wow. I want to let you know, don't forget, before we head down to the podium, we've got the Loretta Lynn Kennel Club Dog Show coming up here at 7 o'clock. That'll be down here near the Polysport Pond. Megawatt Matt Watson and Griff Cotter will be your host for that this evening. Also coming up at 7:30, the on-track high school graduation taking place on stage at the Monster Energy Arena. And then at 8 o'clock tonight, we are scheduled to go with the talent show, the Moto T's Yamaha Talent Show, coming up here at 8 o'clock tonight. And sounds like Jason Wygant may be getting things ready down there on the podium as we get set to celebrate and crown another national champion.
Yep, we're going to start with 3rd place, though, in this moto. Good battle to work its way through. Fun guy to talk to as well in the Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. Let's hear it for 3rd place on the number 33. We'll hand him the bronze, Talon Hawkins. Lots of battles in that class, man. 3rd, had to work for that?
Yeah, that was a fun race, bro. Just always having a good time out of Loretta's. Last moto of the day, it's pretty challenging, but just having fun.
Are you always acting like this time where you actually seem bummed on something? Because you seem super stoked on everything all the time when I see you on the podium.
I'm a little bummed, but I try to find the positive in everything, and I'm just glad to be out here in Tennessee having a good time.
That is awesome. All right. It's infectious. Who do you want to thank? Who do you want to thank?
I got to thank the good Lord Jesus Christ. Got to give it all up to him. Oh, I got dirt in my throat. Yeah, I gotta thank the good Lord Jesus Christ as always. My mom, my dad for getting me here. The whole Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing team for providing me with a killer bike. Garnet boots, fly racing, Scott goggles, pro taper. Shoot, dude, I'm pretty winded. VP Fuels and everybody else, thank you so much for getting me here.
Alan Hawkins, everyone. A good run for third in this final 125 moto. And we'll bring up our second place finisher. Also looking for, I believe, Sage Lewis was our whole shot winner. So Sage Lewis is around. We'll give him the Stasic Whole Shot Award, but we'll talk to Gage Linville as well. Come on up, Gage. Let's get our silver medalist. Gave it a good run. Let's hear it for Sage Lewis. Oh, where's Sage? All right, we're going to switch over. We're going to go to the second place rider, Gage Linville. That was, they put a little pressure on. Was there a mistake at mid-race, and then you actually pulled back away? How'd that go?
Yeah, I think I pulled third off the gate. Max was able to make a little quicker pass than me, and I knew I had to beat him, and I think he had to finish one behind me. I wasn't too sure, but I was just going to try to ride my race. If I got close enough, you know, put a wheel, maybe try to pass him. But no, I mean, he's riding good. I'd itch up on him. He'd itch away. It was kind of like a cat and mouse, but no, I can't take nothing away. He's riding really good.
All right, it was a solid week for you still, though, being up on the box. Who do you want to thank, Gage?
Always the good Lord for keeping me safe. My mom and dad, Volume Power Sports, Fox 100%, David Walls, Factory Connection, JMS, Fox for the gear, Monster Army, Micah Metals, MTF for everything they've done. Yeah, and everybody else, thank you.
Let's hear it for him, Gage Linville. And a national champ, and doing it by winning the motos. Let's bring up the number 17. Being followed by cameras, just an amazing amount of paparazzi following these kids around these days. He's your national champ on the Trolley Designs Red Bull KTM. He is Maximus Voland. Yeah, Max, that's how you get it done. You still got one to go?
Yeah, one more tomorrow at 12.
All right, 5 out of 5 so far?
Yes, sir.
All right, does that put a little pressure on right now? Or are you just thinking title, or are you thinking I want the clean sweep?
I want the clean sweep. I did it last year, and I'm hoping to do it again this year.
Awesome. Take me through that moto real quick.
Yeah, I got off to a pretty good jump off the start, and then someone was coming from the outside sweeping really hard, and I kind of tapped his rear wheel and got a little sketchy, but recovered, saved it, launched those rollers as far as I could the first lap, and was able to get into the lead early. And then, yeah, I knew Linville was going to be coming, so I had to put a charge in, and he had a few better lines than me, and I ended up picking onto those lines just from hearing them, and that really helped me out. And then, yeah, I think he ended up making a little tip over towards the end of the moto, so gave me a little bit of a breather.
It's great storytelling. I appreciate that. Who do you want to thank for this championship?
Yeah, I'd love to thank KTM, Red Bull, Troy Designs, Scott Goggles, my dad, my mechanic TJ, Lucas, Hope, Nathan Ramsey, and man, everyone who's helping me, thank you so much. John Moore, Ponto Real Estate, and yeah, thank you so much.
All right, we have one more thing to celebrate with. I'm looking for our AMA representative, Tad DeWalt, who has the #1 plate in this 125 class for the American Motorcycle Association. Let's crown him the national champion. He is Maximus Voland. We're going to hand out a whole shot award here as Max is going to get to spray the champagne. KTM going to take a few more photos of him. Let's get you up. We'll celebrate with a Stasic Whole Shot Award. And Maximus, you can go over to the champagne spray zone, which is the circle over there. Real quick, we have a Stasic Whole Shot Award. Let's hear it for Sage Lewis. Tell me about that, bud.
Oh yeah, I had a decent jump and just ripped outside around the corner and ended up getting the whole shot.
Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, David Wallace, O'Neill, everyone at MTF, and everyone else got thank you.
All right, Stasic Whole Shot Award to Sage Lewis, everyone. Congratulations, thank you. Looks like they're going to pop up for Maximus Voland. celebrating this 125 title. And that's a wrap for racing as the champagne flies here in 125.
Yep, that's it, Jason Wygant, and congratulations to all of our competitors here this week and those that have, well, enjoyed championships especially, as we'll begin awards presentations for all the classes that race today, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. That's going to wrap things up for us from here at Loretta Lynn's Dude Ranch. On behalf of all of us here at RacerTV.com, talking about Megawatt, Matt Watts, and also Kevin Kelly, the Weege, Jason Wygant, Ehab El Sadi, our sound guy, and of course myself, Rodney Tomlin. Have a great day, everybody. And as we roll through this evening tonight, folks, special